What you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, you know? What are you talking about, you know?
What did you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter.
If a girl says you have nice hands, it's probably because she wants you to choke her. If a girl says you have nice hands, it's probably because she wants you to choke her.
That's like a Raptor 700, bro. Is it fast?
A Raptor 700? Dude, that's sissy stuff. This is a Polaris 350, bro. Dude, this thing is hotter than a $5 pizza. Dude, I fit all kind of women on this thing. If she...
Oh, excuse me. It was my keys. Yes.
If this is on your For You page and you're probably really into 24-year-old redheaded hot Latinas who give really good. If this is on your For You page and you're probably really into 24-year-old redheaded hot Latinas who give really good. If this is on your For You page and you're probably really into 20.
What's up, fellas? We're back for another one. Hope you were watching boxing this weekend. It's Frank Bay. Welcome. The link is in the chat if you want to talk some boxing. Let a player know. What's up, Ghost? What's up, Alfredo? Yeah, man. Looks like we had a controversial decision with Gustavo Lemos. Many feel he was robbed against Richard Hitchins. Let's talk about it. You know, here's the thing, man. You know, it's not a big fight. Let's go. Hello, Ripper.
What's up?
What's up, boo? What's good? What's good, man? How you doing?
Fine. What's up? We're talking about the robbery.
Yeah. I mean, really, whatever you want to talk about. I was just going over, you know, kind of just giving everybody an update. You know, last week was a great weekend of boxing. It was a historic weekend for Mexican boxing. And then we had the return of Crip boxing. So it is what it is, right? I mean, people get mad I say that, but you know, they say Wakandan, I say Crip. It is what it is. They get mad, but I mean, this is what happens. But go ahead, man. Say what you want to say about it.
No, you're right. We had a great night of boxing last week, right? With all the the fights with Fundora and Pitbull Cruz and Zurdo and all that exciting matchups that people want to see, and then you have fights like this that turn away the casual boxing viewer because nobody wants to see that shit that Hitchins was doing. All that dude was doing is hugging. It's, like, I didn't give him more than 2 or like 3, 4 rounds at max. Like that was a clear robbery. I don't know. That's the problem with boxing, is that this style is protected. That's the worst aspect of the sport, that this style is protected to try to blow up, try to make the Americans like manufacture a star. That's what it is. They're trying to manufacture a U.S. star, right? Because they don't have anybody right now, so they have to blow up these average fighters like Hitchins and give them fake wins that they don't deserve to win.
No, I agree 100% with you. I mean, did you you saw the fight, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
Did you know who Richard Hitchins? I'm only asking this because a lot of people, you know, a lot of casual fans. This wasn't a big fight, so I'm just asking general questions to get a feel of, you know, what's going on. But were you aware of Richard Hitchins before this fight?
Oh yeah, I was aware of him. Like I keep up with the fighters, you know, so I know who he was. But he's one of the few Hearn fighters that's a Crip, right? So this is I think that's the problem too. Hearn thinks that he can make another Mayweather or something, but that's what he don't understand, is that there's not going to be another Mayweather. Like, these scripts are not marketable, and they don't know how to sell the fights either. So it's just he's just losing out money. It's another Andrade for him. He's gonna learn the hard way though.
Right. Were you aware of Gustavo Lemos? Like, had you followed him, or were you kind of unsure about him like I was?
No, I didn't know anything about him. Just saw his record. It looked good. Yeah, that's about it. I haven't seen him before.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about him. I just kind of watched some highlights that people had posted. He was kind of I didn't even. He looked big, but he was only 5'5", and it looked like he had came up from 135. You know, so Hitchinson is a legit. He's actually a very big. He was like 5'9", very big, 140 pounder, and he's fighting a 5'5" guy that basically he got bullied by. Like, to me, it was clear as day that he was running and he was holding on for his dear life. Did you see that too?
Oh yeah, that was evident in the fight. The fucking all he did was hug throughout the fight. He didn't have no like he didn't know how to counter this dude swinging at him. Like this kind of exposed Hitchinson as a hype job because this Lemos guy isn't even a top level contender. He's like he's no one had heard of him, right? This is basic. Like he can't fuck with this dude. I don't think he could mess with like the upper echelon of the division, like Pitbull Cruz and shit.
No, that's an excellent point. You bring up Pitbull Cruz because what they're saying is, oh, Pitbull Cruz leaves. Basically, he's gonna lose to any slick boxer. That he has no skills, and that's my problem with boxing fans is they see a guy like Hitchinson and they say, oh, he got more skills, he more athletic, but it's like, bro, it's still a fight. Guys like Lemos, you wouldn't call him a boxer, but he comes to fight. And I always say this, I'm like, bro, you guys put way too much emphasis on skills. It's a motherfucking fight. And these supposed slick fighters, they get their ass beat. You understand what I'm saying? Are you following what I'm putting down? Are you picking up what I'm dropping?
No, that they did the same thing with Shakur Stevenson, right? They said that Shakur is gonna beat everybody that he came in contact with, and then he moves up in weight. He fights someone his own size, and it's a limited fighter like that Dominican dude, right? And he looks awful. He looks awful doing it, and a lot of people think he lost that fight with that Dominican guy. And all he did was the same thing that Hitchinson did last night, which was run and clinch, and throw maybe a jab here or two, and then so that style isn't like. I think a lot of people overrate these boxers too. That they could be just because they fight off the back foot and are slicker that they could just they automatically gonna win, right? That's not the case.
Right. And that's my problem is that they over, like you said, they overrate these guys. They claim they got most skills. Oh, look, he jabs, and it's like, bro, they're gonna be forced to fight. Like all these guys, Haney, Shakira. At a certain point, boxing is gonna get thrown out the window. That people are gonna make you fight. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody is looking to jab and grab, and so that's why I seen what Lemos what his style was, and I said, bro, he's gonna give this guy a hard time. Salute Earl. Let me just say, like, subscribe, comment, salute Ghost, salute Earl. Yeah, man. The link is in the chat. Everybody's welcome. And that's the thing. It's free smoke, man. Everybody's welcome. But yeah, man, these guys, they're just so overrated. And I think you're right, man. They're desperate for the next Floyd Mayweather. And I've seen Hitchison before. And how the fuck are you that big, right? You're this big ass motherfucking 5'9" slick African dude, and you're getting bullied by a 5'5", 135 pounder. Like, what the fuck part of the game is that?
Yeah, I think Hurt's gonna find out the hard way again that hunt for the next Mayweather is not gonna happen for him. He already tried to do. He thought he had the same thing with Andrade, and look what happened with him. It's the same thing with Hitchinson. This plus nobody was. If you watch the crowd, there was nobody there. This dude's not gonna be a big name, not even in his hometown over there in Brooklyn. Like nobody cares about this dude.
And I've seen that too.
You saw that too, right? Because there was nobody there.
There was nobody there.
Like the only people I saw that were there, they were there for like Pacheco, and then after Pacheco's fight, I think everybody bounced. I think even David Benavidez bounced, and all of them left.
No, and people, you know what? People get mad. They say, "Oh, you don't know boxing. That's the sweet science." And it's just like, no, bro, it's not. That's not boxing. Boxing is a mix of fighting. Basically, what I learned from streets and boxing is like, you know what makes the best boxer is a good fighter, is a kid that can fight, right? He's a street fighter. And you teach him how to box. Are you following what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, that's
Uh,
true.
Yeah, I don't want to take a pussy ass kid off the street that just wants to run around the ring. I can't make him fight. You know what I mean? If a guy doesn't want to fight, it's not in him to be a fighter. You know what I'm saying? You want to find a kid that's rugged, that maybe he's throwing wild, maybe he eats a lot of shots, but you teach him how to slip, how to move, how to pivot. But at the end of the day, he wants to nug. You know, he wants to knock your motherfucking ass out. Like, are you following me on that?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, yeah, that's the case. That's the when it comes to being a fighter, that's what you need. You need that aggressive. I want to come and knock your head off your shoulders type shit. Especially as a fan too. That's the fighters that fans gravitate to. Nobody wants to see this slick style that Mayweather ushered in, right? Because that's the problem too. Mayweather kind of fucked up boxing with his style because now all these young crips try to imitate him, but they're finding out that they're not as good as him. Like they can't execute that style as good as him, and they're not gonna be the stars that they think they were gonna be. Like Shakur, right? Look at Shakur.
Yeah.
He want Aaron was like, all right, you want to leave, you can leave if you want to. Like those cool things that he was gonna get these huge paydays, but that's not the case. Like he's struggling right now because look, no, he can't get an opponent, right? He's
Right.
fucking he's fighting some random bum that no one gives a fuck about. And I promise you that fucking fight is not gonna do nothing. No numbers. No one's gonna. The only place that they might show up is in his hometown. And that's about it. Like no one's trying to see a Shakur fight.
Excellent point. Well, is this the real Mad Chad? Is this Mad Chad? I've never spoken to you before.
Hey,
Hello.
what's going on, Frank? Bay? What's shaking?
Hey, what's up, Mad Chad? What are your thoughts?
Jesus, where were you at with what? There was a couple topics there.
With Richard Hitchins fighting like a back foot bitch and Gustavo Lemos getting robbed.
Well, going into the fight, I think this Hitchins had a lot of hype. I think he was an Olympian there, maybe, possibly. Looking real sharp, real nice jab. I think he was possibly looking past this kid, believing he was a lot better than he is, and it was a fight there. I had Lemos winning the fight, but we know how it is. You have to really if he would have knocked him down. I mean, that one guy, Timmy Cheatham, the fucking judge's name is Tim Cheatham. He had at 117, 111. The guy should be, put in jail. But I thought Hitchinson, right? I can't just discard him and say he's junk because he did take some hellacious shots. I think he really didn't expect to. I mean, that Lemos tough as fucking nails. Wow, you're talking about a kid that's right on you, high output, right on your chest, and he had some skill. This kid, it wasn't just. So I think he could grow a lot from this. It was a fun fight, but you can see who was the A side with all the clinching. The kid should have been deducted for that clinching. The clinching was gross, but I think he can grow from it. I think the kid got humbled. Let's see what goes there. But shout out to Lemos because this kid's stock went up. Even in a loss, we're talking about this kid. I really didn't know much about the 29-0 kid, but he fought his ass off, man. And hey, life ain't fair. We know boxing ain't fair.
Yeah, I mean, but do you think Hitchinson's number one? I mean, do you think Lemos was robbed? And number two, does this make Hitchinson's look like a hype job?
No, there wasn't a robbery. It was just it wasn't. I don't consider it a robbery because you knew at the end of the fight, it wasn't like you kind of knew Lemos won. But we just know how boxing works. There's an A side, there's a B side, there's a home fighter, there's an away fighter. There's such thing as home cooking. It ain't no joke. And it is what it is. I mean, when you look at the other Argentinian in the first Charlo fight, Brian Castano, he fought the the Charlo there in the first fight. I mean, I thought Castano won. It was very similar to this. I thought Castano won the first fight against Charlo, but I knew when it was the judges would be red, and Castano was lucky to get away with a draw. I think the right call for that fight last night would have been a draw, where they're both undefeated fighters, where they could both keep their sacred O, because it was definitely deserving for both fighters, I believe, to get an O, because Hitchinson had to go through hell and back. That kid was in there to try to kill him. And there was a lot of times he was trying to go toe-to-toe with him. And I think the kid can learn a lot, this Hitchins. Like a lot of people will write him off. I think he is what he is. I think he's food. He's food at 140 for Teofimo, or, even a Haney or a Matias. I think a Pitbull Cruz would beat the shit out of Hitchins right now, but we'll see where he can go from here. You know what I mean, Bay? Frank Bay?
No, I think you're right. I mean, yeah, we're not saying Hitchins he's not a bad fighter. I think people are going to say he was exposed. He's a hype job. I mean, he's capable of outboxing the Pitbull Cruzes and Teofimos. A Devin Haney fight would be extremely boring. He could possibly outbox Subriel Matias, because we haven't seen him against anybody slick yet. But I think the thing that people had problems with was his excessive holding. Are you a fan of that?
No, fuck no. I just said it was gross. It was sickening, and I think maybe we're losing a little bit of perspective on maybe how good Gustavo Lemos is, Frank Bay. I think you could lose a lot in that equation, because you could see he could take a punch. You could see he's 29-0. When I pull up his highlights, I see what he did to Lee Selby. Lee Selby questionably beat George Kambosos in his last fight. And this Gustavo absolutely obliterated Selby. Not saying it's a prime Lee Selby, but I don't know if Lee Selby will be fighting again. I think it's somewhere lost in the middle, quite possibly. But I think it's a great learning experience, because a loss or getting beat, but like I say, we know all the politics of it, Frank. Like I'm saying, when the scorecards were red, was anybody shocked that fucking guy, that Hitchins won? No. Fuck no.
That's yeah. I mean, I think if you follow boxing, you knew that Hitchinson's was the favorite, and that Lemos most likely needed a knockout. But I think people expected Hitchinson's to be a superior boxer, like a Floyd Mayweather or a Shakira Twitterson, and he couldn't get away from this guy. And this guy, but I think Lemos. One thing, Chad, I think you're giving Lemos way too much credit. I don't think he's on Pitbull's level. That's just my opinion. I think he's probably a contender, not a champion. If you follow me, I think it says more about Hitchinson's not being as good of a boxer. And then when he doesn't have anything, when he can't rely on just jabbing and grabbing, he looks bad.
But the thing about Hitchinson is that he has no power too. That's if you look at his record, he doesn't have that many KOs, so he's not going to be able to keep these guys off of him for long. So it's going to have to hope and pray that the ref lets them hug all night, so he can eke out a decision versus the top contenders. But I don't think that's going to happen.
And that's what we've seen in Rolly Romero versus Isaac Cruz. Rolly Romero was trying to run around, jab and grab, and then the ref took a point. And this ref, he didn't even warn him. It was when I seen Hitchins get rocked, and either was it 9 or 10, like he was out on his feet, and he held on for dear life. Like that to me was the fight. Like he was out on his feet, but he was allowed to just literally grab the guy. Like it's a difference if they're fighting on the inside and you get grabbed, but you can see his arms come out. Devin Haney does that a lot. Like he'll literally reach out and grab you. Same thing Andre Ward would do. Like they literally reach out and grab. Did you guys see that at all, or am I like way off the mark?
No, you're right. But the refs in general in boxing are pretty trash. Because if you watch the Pacheco fight, did you watch that fight?
Which one?
The one right before the main event. The Pacheco
that fight was awful too. That McCallum or something.
Yeah, the ref kept warning him, but at no point did he deduct a point. And that's after the Crip fighter kept hitting in the back of the head. He kept at one point he threw his elbow right to Pacheco's face numerous times, and the ref would tell him to stop, but he wouldn't take a point away. So it's just in boxing in general. The refs are pretty bad, or they're incompetent, or they're paid for. They're bought off.
Yeah, I was extremely disappointed. I mean, look, it was a close fight. I'm not saying Lemos beat him pillar to post, but I just don't like how guys like Lemos get no credit for number one, effective aggression, right? And pushing the action. Like, why do they always reward these back foot bitches?
They do. They do. It's just that you look at who the A side. Just say if Lemos was the American fighter, and Hitchins was the Argentinian, I guarantee you they would have gave it to Lemos. It was all had to do with the country and who was the A side. That's the only reason why they won. It's almost like they like the ref follows a game plan. Tim Cheatham, the judges, they get the playbook from their bosses that pay them their checks to judge the fights. They score it this way. You're a good company guy. You can judge more fights, Timmy Cheatham. I mean, 117, 111. That's criminal. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that
a
was filled out
criminal
beforehand.
scorecard. I get 115, 113. That's what I'm saying, fellas. To me, it was that close of a fight to score, sitting there scoring it live one time. If you're looking at the prettier fighter, the more, whatever it is, I could see 7-5 either way. Whatever. A draw, I thought, would have been the fair thing. But 117, 111, that just doesn't make sense. I mean, you got to be a complete fucking cheater. And then when you even dig a little bit deeper and say, who's the cheater that fucking scored it this way? The guy's name is Cheatham. He cheats everybody all the time. This guy's the most fucking stupid. I mean, and he's all everywhere. We're dealing with a corrupt sport. You got to go out there and Virgil Ortiz, Matias. You can't leave it in the fucking hands of the judges. And you can't leave it into if the guy's fucking clinching you, fucking rabbit punch the motherfucker a couple times. Get warned for that. Say, stop clinching me. Give him a fucking elbow. Low blow the motherfucker while he's clinching you. Don't let him clinch you. It's a fucking war. You got to overcome fucking obstacles. If it's the ref, if it's a clinching, if it's whatever it fucking may be. The bell fucking rings. Go out there and fucking fight your ass off, you know? And I enjoy the fighters that don't leave it in the fucking hands of the fucking judges.
No, I agree with you. That's an excellent point. It just sucks that a guy has to do that, you know? I mean, look, it was a close fight. I think Lemos won and was robbed, and I agree with Mad Chad that if it was the other way around and Lemos was the American, he would have got the victory. But just as far as dissecting the fighters, I mean, I was never high on Richard Hitchins. I already knew what he was. He's to me, I call him a back foot bitch, you know? Some people may not like that term, but it just means a guy who wants to jab and grab and look to cruise to victory. And to me, that's just not my cup of tea. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Ripper and Chad? Do you prefer to see the sweet signs like that?
You're right about that, but the thing is, a guy like Hitchins deserves to be like on the fucking buried on the undercard. I don't know why he's trying to make him a main event style fighter. Like, that's just bad for business, in my opinion. Because people are going to tune out. Like this dude's not worth paying money to see him as a main event, especially after the shit that he pulled last night. If I was him, I would just cut my losses and get rid of this dude, or feed him to one of my more bigger names, right? Because he's like a limited fighter, and he's not a big name and boring. Like this is another Andrade basically for Hearn. This is not gonna end well for them.
Yeah, just salute Mad Chad. Thank you for dropping by. Always welcome. Welcome 18th Street Vato. Begrudgingly Jay Will, my biggest fan and hater. I don't know, how does that happen? Welcome. Yeah, man, you know what I think? It's just like Ripper's saying, the entertainment value for Hitchins, because why does a guy have to come and make it like the guy was, I heard a caller, I would listen to, shout out to BDA. Do you listen to BDA, Ripper?
Yeah, I listen to him.
A guy, Wakandan was coming in and saying, oh, Lemos, he had Hitchins winning because Lemos was just coming in throwing punches and missing. And I've heard people say this before. And it's like, look, you little stupid Wakandan, he's trying to make the fight. You know, that's what they said about De Los Santos. They said, oh, he was swinging and missing. It's like, motherfucker, because he's running. Like, what the fuck are we missing? The motherfucker's running and grabbing. Like, you have to try to, like, Lemos was leaping because he's like, I gotta try to catch this motherfucker. Right? Like, what am I missing what are they seeing that I'm missing? Or are they just full of shit? Like, somebody help me here.
They're just gonna defend their boxers no matter what. But the thing is, if they're swinging and missing so badly, the supposed superior style should have countered them and beat their ass. No, since they're so skilled, like they say, they have more skill, more everything, right? They should have been able to counter all those looping punches and knock them down or do something, but they didn't even do that. A guy like Hitchins, all he did was run and then up and throw a couple of punches and try to eke out around here too. Like that's not they don't make sense.
You know what? You bring an excellent point because I don't want the haters, because there's a lot of haters of Frank Bay and they accuse me of certain things because I say Wakanda and Crip, but what I mean is like what Ripper said. Like, I don't know, did you ever see Roy Jones fight, Ripper? Because you brought up an excellent point. Did you ever see him fight?
Yeah, that sounds good.
He would make motherfuckers pay, right? Like, what you're saying is like, no, it's not that we don't like that style. It could be entertaining if you make a motherfucker pay. Like, if you're slick and you make a motherfucker miss, like, follow what, like Mike Tyson, he make you miss and then mollywop you. Like, lights out, right?
Yeah, like James Toney, like something like that, right?
Yeah, like okay. Yeah. Like, that's what we're saying about these Shakiras and Hankies. They don't make the motherfucker pay. It's like, yeah, they do the little slick shoulder roll, high guard. Like, yeah, they're very technical and it could look impressive. But at the end of the day, you're just like, this shit is boring. Like the Roy Joneses and Tysons made people pay. Tony, if you swung and missed, it was lights out. So I could understand a guy not wanting to swing and miss. But Lemos is trying to make a fight. Like, that's what I said. You know?
Right.
Like, why are you saying he's swinging and missing? Like, I said the same thing about Teofimo when he fought the Sandor and Jermaine Ortiz. Oh, he was swinging and missing. And I'm like, because he's trying to make a fight. Like, remember what Pitbull was doing? Why did they say that he's not technical? Because he's coming in there and he's swinging and missing. Right?
Right. Well, that's the problem with the Crips too, is that they argue in bad faith. They know they're full of shit. Like, for example, a fight like Maidana Broner, if they would have scored that fight a draw, they would have been on here saying that, oh yeah, it was a draw, that the ref got it right, and this was. And it's just they're just full of shit, dude. They're just gonna defend their boxers no matter what. It's like when, like for example, when their fighters, they're known to like beat up women, right? But they always have an excuse for that too. They'd be like, oh yeah, he's young though. That's okay because he's young though. So they always gonna have an excuse. But I mean, it's just that their fighters aren't like that good enough like they think they are. Because if Lemos was missing so much, why didn't he counter? Why didn't he get countered and beat up and get stopped? Like, Hitchins didn't do nothing.
I agree, man. I agree. I mean, as far as the cultural thing, and look, it's not exclusive to African Americans. Like I said, Sandor Martin kind of fights like a back foot bitch. I just think, well, for me, I'm talking about a specific style like Richard Hitchinson's, where he just stinks out the joint. Like, look, if Lemos didn't try to make it a fight, it would have been a boring ass fight, right? Like, Hitchinson didn't have a problem with it being boring. Like, did you see that happening? Like, let's say Lemos wasn't trying to make it a fight. What kind of fight would it have been, Ripper?
No, it would have been a way less exciting fight. It would have been even way worse. So, I mean, yeah.
To me, yeah. Here's the difference, man. Like, did you watch the Haney-Regis fight?
I watched parts of it. I didn't even watch. I think there was another card on that night, so I didn't even watch all of it.
I mean, it was absolutely dreadful. It was boring because Regis, he came in and he basically got frustrated with Haney moving, so he just stopped trying to attack. That's what it would have been, right? It would have been Hitchins. Lemos would have got frustrated chasing this guy and just said, fuck it, why am I going to chase this guy? And it would have just been a boring fight. You would have seen one guy just run around the ring, jab and grab, and then Lemos, like, what was his incentive? Like, fuck, this guy's not going to fight me. I'm coming to fight. It would have just been boring.
Yeah,
but then Go ahead, but then they say, oh, Lemos, he's a flat-footed brawler. He just came to brawl. It's like, what the fuck, man? These motherfuckers are such hypocrites. Like, they want it both ways. Like, oh, look, he's swinging and missing. He's just a brawler. Like, bitch, because the other guy's just running. Like, what am I missing, bro? I get excited. People say I'm emotional, but it's like, I'm trying to figure these guys out, man.
Well, they have that double standard that they're never gonna admit to. They're just gonna keep like moving the goalposts no matter what to defend their fighters. So, maybe, like I said, they're arguing in bad faith. That's why I don't even like fucking entertain them, dude.
Yeah, let me just address the chat. Salute Abel. Salute Abel coming through as always. Salute 18th Street. I think I saluted them. Just kind of catch up on the chat. And a lot. If this is that, I don't even like saying this guy's name because he never talks boxing, bro. He just comes here to start drama about chat shit. That's fine. I don't care. But look, dude, we already spoke, man. You know, I already spoke to you, and it's like, why don't you hop on and speak your piece? Like, that's what I don't get. But anyway, man, back to boxing, bro. Yeah, man. And what about Pacheco, man? But to me, what I seen, Pacheco was a victim of the Crip style bullshit, that grabbing and holding. I mean, that motherfucker was holding on for dear life. So how is Pacheco supposed to look good? What did you see?
I think he took that fight. I don't think he took that fight seriously enough or something, because he wasn't throwing enough punches. I get that the Crip dude was fighting dirty and using dirty tactics. He was hitting behind the head. He was hitting while holding. He was throwing his shoulder to his face. Like, he should have got points deducted and possibly got a DQ, but at the same time, he was there for Pacheco to beat up and for him to make himself look good. But I don't know, I guess Pacheco didn't take the fight seriously, and he ended up struggling more than he should have. I was disappointed in him, to be honest.
Yeah, you know, Pacheco's supposed to look good, and you know, they said it's the first time he's ever been a full. Is it 10 rounds? That was the first time he ever went the distance? Was that true?
I don't think so. I think he has a couple of decision wins.
I could have swore they said that was the first time he ever went the distance. But nevertheless, it wasn't an entirely exciting fight. The guy was being dirty. But I think you're right, Ripper. I think, you know what? I think here's the thing, man. We want to hype these guys so much. Like, you know, these Keyshawn Davises, Pacheco's, basically guys that are unproven. And we want to hype them. So, you know, they have to look spectacular. And he didn't look, I guess he didn't look spectacular. You know,
no,
but my thing, go ahead.
No, I'm saying he failed to impress, but like I said,
he failed to impress.
I think he didn't take the fight seriously enough, though, because previously a fight away, I think his last fight, he beat up that one Argentino guy that gave Billy Joe Saunders a hard time. I forgot his name, but he was also from Argentina, and Pacheco looked great in that fight. So that's why I think sometimes with these boxers too, they take the opponents lightly and they don't train hard enough. They don't get excited enough, and sometimes they end up paying up the cost. Because look at Tyson versus Ngannou. You think Tyson really trained for that fight, dude?
Right, I see what you're saying. Yeah, salute Sobers. What up? In the building. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share. It's open. It's free smoke. Welcome everybody. I hear what you're saying, but my only point is, man, if you're trying to be that guy, you got to look impressive, like what you're saying with McCallum. Like, you have to find a way to look good. Is that fair to say?
No, yeah, well, that's the thing though. Hearn put that guy in there so Pacheco could win in spectacular fashion, and he didn't. He failed to impress. That's what I'm saying. I think he took that fight lightly, but that's the problem.
I see what you're saying.
But that's the problem with these younger fighters too, is that they think they're invincible, right? So they think they don't have to give 100% of training, and sometimes they end up looking, they're paying for it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he took him lightly, but it did seem like he wasn't prepared. Whether it's probably the same thing, right? It's the same thing, being unprepared or taking a guy lightly. But I think if you're a young fighter like Pacheco, if he ever listened, like, you got to find a way, man. Like, that's what elite fighters do, right? They get guys like this out of there. Is that fair to
Yeah,
say?
yeah. That's the. But I mean, the thing about that though is that Pacheco's still young, so I mean, he could just bounce. He could take his training regimen more seriously. He could bounce back. But yeah, he did look pretty bad in there. And also, though, another thing, I don't think David's dad is a good trainer, dude.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Benavidez Senior.
Yeah, I don't think he's a good trainer. So I think maybe if Pacheco wants to go to the next level, he should leave him and get a real trainer.
Yeah, Sobers. Yeah, he got robbed. 18th Street Lemos got looted. Yeah, Mad Chat was on here saying, but you have to knock a guy out, and it's like, but that look. I mean, I guess I sound like a whiny bitch saying, but that shouldn't be. But I think we all know boxing. But I think my problem is, for me, it's about the entertainment. I just want to see guys like Hitchins get knocked the fuck out, and he wasn't allowed to get knocked out because he kept holding, and then he wasn't penalized for it. It was a close fight, right? Did you see a close fight?
I didn't give Hitchinson more than 4 rounds, to be honest.
Okay, you didn't even see him winning 4 rounds.
Yeah, no, I didn't see the close fight. I thought Lemos did most of the action. He was landing more. Literally, all Hitchins did was hug, and run. Like, how are you gonna give him rounds for that? He wasn't even out landing him. Didn't even have a good jab or nothing. That's all he did, really.
Yeah. Sobers. It just Mad Chad. I mean, look, I know what you're saying. Hitchinson wasn't a champion. What the fuck you mean? That was Mad Chad's stance. He's like, look, man, Mad Chad was here and he was saying, he's an older gentleman. He's watched so much boxing, and he's just saying, you really, if you're Lemos, you have to know where you're at. And I feel the same way. Like, yeah, like when I'm watching guys like Hitchinson and these backfoot bitches, it's like you're like, when you're watching it, I kind of know how the American and the Cucks and the Crips think. So it's like, as long as they make it look close, they know they're going to get the benefit of the doubt. No, I agree with what you're saying. Yeah, I know, like, it shouldn't be that way, but what he's saying that the American fighter is going to get the benefit of the doubt as he's the headliner. He was holding from the first round. He never. Yeah, no. I mean that. And that's what happened last week. Rolly Romero had a point deducted. But Ripper, when you're watching these fights, do you see it that way too? Like, you're like, you know what? I know the Crip is getting his ass beat, but he's gonna get the benefit of the doubt.
No, of course. I mean, that's even Lemos himself said that he was there not to win, but to knock out Hitchinson, because he knew that he was the opponent. Hitchinson is the Eddie Hearn guy. Eddie Hearn guys are gonna win. They're gonna get the decision. Especially if you're not a big name yourself, right? I'm not saying that Hitchinson is a big name, but I mean, he's with the company that's promoting the fight, so he's gonna get the benefit of the doubt. And it's not like it's a cross promotion fight, right? With like a guy with a Bob Aaron behind him or Golden Boy. So yeah,
no doubt. Yeah, look, man, I'm gonna just say this guy's name. Alonzo, I told you about this shit. Don't be coming to my channel promoting other channels. Matt Chat's cool. He don't come at me sideways, so don't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? And he hopped on. So if he wants to give shots out, I don't care. But don't come doing that. You already been told about that. If you want, you can hop on and talk boxing, but just don't come doing that shit. I already told you, bro. So you do it again, I'm gonna have to, clean house, man. You know what I mean? And I don't, like I said, man, it's all internet, all the internet beefs and shit. I don't give a fuck. It's free smoke. Everybody's welcome. I give people their time, and but you gotta hop on and speak. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that chat warrior stuff. You know what I'm saying? Well, look, I won't block him. He just can't be on promoting other channels. That's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Unless he hops on and he says, "What's up, Frank?" Gives me my shout out. And if he promotes me, then fine. But like, don't come doing that. I don't go other places doing that. You know what I'm saying? People want to talk boxing. So anyway, I'm not gonna bitch and moan about it. Like, Sobers got the channel. He comes here. I say, shout out Sobers. But he was showing the fights for y'all. So fuck with Sobers. Fuck with BDA. I get people their shots out, but they come here and speak. Is that fair? Is that fair, Ripper?
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like, if you hop on and you speak to me man to man, and let me know you're not just a troll, then I give respect, and you can So if Ripper got the channel, Ripper can come here and say fuck with Ripper. I don't give a fuck, but I just don't like that sneak shit. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Yeah, no, I fuck with that because Sobers comes on. We spoke way before he had a channel or I had a channel. That's what I'm saying. I know all these people. And you were dissing people in my chat, man. You were dissing people in my chat. So I don't appreciate that. But if you hop on and you want to talk shit, I'll let that slide. But anyway, I hate getting into that other shit, man.
This is a better fight than Hitchinson's fight last night.
Which one? What are you talking about now? Oh, this internet beef? I don't know, man. No, I'm not beefing. I just don't appreciate that unless you come on and speak to me. Like, let's talk. And you can give shots out to the people. You can talk shit to the people. I just don't like somebody promoting somebody else's shit when I don't do that. You know what I mean? But Sobers, you guys speak like you make a good show, So I appreciate that. So I'm gonna give you guys shots out. I just think that's fair. Is that only fair? Like, you guys help me. Like, you guys help me. You guys are tuning in. You want to talk boxing, so you're helping me. This is not me coming. I'd be talking to a fucking wall, right? Like, that don't make no damn sense. Right. But anyway, man. So you know what, man? It was just like, I already know what I'm gonna get with Hitchinson. I just really hope that he gets knocked out soon. That's all. That he gets knocked out, and we don't have to see him back foot bitch again. And my thing is, I'm hoping Ryan knocks out Haney. I really hope he knocks him out.
I was about to say, bring that fight up. I hope that this fight doesn't look like. I hope that Ryan Garcia and David Haney fight doesn't look like this one, where just Haney's running around, and hugging and throwing dabs, running around and hugging.
Shout out Alfredo Contreras, Abel Chitlin. Yeah, man, like, comment, subscribe. Click the link if you want to speak your mind. Ripper's here. Mad Chad was here. We got 18th Street in the house. We got all the real ones. Yeah, man, we're just bitching and moaning, right? We're just bitching and moaning about the Crips in Wakanda and how they support these backfoot bitches. All right, I'm just whining and bitching and moaning like, man, that fucking Crip won again. So Frank Bay's being a hater today. I was pissed. Like, I don't know. I woke up irritated with it. Is that just me being whiny?
It's the Crip boxer fatigue.
Who's this with the fucked up name? You gonna D-bomb me, dude?
No, it's Dora, Meg.
Oh, Dora, man, drink a fucking cup of coffee, bro. Why you always sound so? Oh man.
I don't know. That's just
you got good boxing takes, bro. But if you just change your energy, man, it'd probably get across a lot clearer. But what's up, Dora? What's on your mind, man? Just don't say no regular shit. This is YouTube, and I don't want to get taken down. You feel me? Like, no. I respect your opinion, but you got to keep it somewhat PC. Somewhat. No. You can say weird. You can say shit. Just be clever.
No, I know what you mean. So when it comes to that BLM robbery, the thing is, the score, I had it 115, 113, or 114, 114. It's like the fight in itself was relatively close, but the reason I thought Lemos did enough to win because he came with a game plan that threw Hitchins off his, and there were moments where he was really controlling the fight, making Hitchins clearly hurting Cripchins. But not just that, Hitchins was blatantly fouling like for 12 rounds straight. And in Vegas, they just protect these fucking Amero bums, and that's just how boxing goes. Wide scorecards, and then these guys are just allowed to blatantly cheat for the entire fucking fight. Like, if Lemos was smothering himself, not landing clean body punches and good salvos and working his combinations up and down, I get it, you can clinch out of that. But if he's working your ass and all you're doing is fucking holding, fuck that. A point or two should have been taken away at least. And this is why boxing sucks. This is why the sport's dying. It's because they keep pandering to these fucking blacks that don't even support their fighters financially. It's crazy.
Crips, Dora, Crips.
But yeah, that was a disaster. I'm glad Hitchins got exposed. And I was saying Lemos was underrated. I didn't think he'd win, though I actually, watching the fight, thought he did. Because he had stopped Lee Selby and beat him more convincingly than George Kambosos did. But also from a matchup standpoint, it kind of ruins what could have been Lemos versus, Matias, which that would have been a fucking exciting fight. Now, you got Hitchins wanting to fight Devin Haney, because he'll unfortunately beat Ryan. Ryan doesn't have a good enough jab to keep Devin honest, and he doesn't feint enough. He doesn't mix up his He doesn't have good foot feints or anything like that. He doesn't do anything that's gonna make Devin think while he's on the back foot. So like, whenever Devin Haney's on the back foot counter punching, he knows exactly what he's gonna want to do because he's not gonna peel his jab like Loma did and make him think and foot feint and change levels. Ryan's just not that guy. He fights very tall and stands very tall. So it's a mismatch shit fight. I mean, I'm rooting for Ryan, but he's gonna lose. So I guess Hitchins is gonna fight Haney next, which is an okay-ish fight. The thing is I do want to see Haney and how that ass style gets put into him, but Sandor Martin's more deserving in my opinion because at least he gave Tio a tough fight, and Hitchins that lost his last fight as far as I'm concerned. So I think Sandor Martin is better at the ass style than Hitchins is, and is going to give Haney more problems. But they're going to abduct that guy and make Tio fight all the killers. And Tio's going to fight Matias next, hopefully, after he gets through his fight in May or June. Or I think it's June or July he's fighting. They're fighting around the same time. And I think they're going to set up a unification fight on Heisman night somewhere in Madison Square Garden in the big room. That's what I think is going to happen. I think that's their roadmap. So I got Tio by knockout in that fight. I already said that shit. Tio going to start Matias. Matias doesn't come in with the jab and shit like that. And he has good combination punching. He's a great inside fighter. But to get in range to do that shit, he's gonna get picked apart and caught in between shots. And yeah, Teal's gonna knock him the fuck out in like 4 or 5 rounds. So I'm gonna put money on that if he's an underdog. That's for damn sure. But yeah, these blacks are overrated. These Crips suck, and it's constant. They got exposed last year. Record number of Black Americans lost or got robbery decisions to further their careers. And it's gonna continue this way because the ass style just isn't effective. You're cheating. You're not getting your work off. And that's just what it is. Lemos, he's front foot dominant, gets his lead down range, it hurts niggas. Hitchins can't do that. So this is just disastrous for the sport. But this is just the way the sport's turning. This is what it's turning into now. So I don't know.
Well, you could say it's been that way since Floyd Mayweather. I mean, There's been a lot of fighters that fought in like what you're saying, the ass style. But I think with the new crop, with Shakira, with Hanky, with this guy Hitchinson, it's like they are taking it to the next level. Like they idolize that. And like you heard Clarissa Klitschfields, she was rooting for Hitchinson. And they asked, I think somebody said why, and she was like, she didn't answer. She just went quiet because he was like, why are you rooting for him? And then it was like, the obvious answer, but she just basically didn't say shit.
Yeah, all she had to say was, I've met him before, blah, blah, blah. I've seen him in the gym. That's
right.
It. That's all she had to fucking say. But she couldn't even say that. Crazy. But yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Like you say a lot, man. You say a lot. You kind of gotta break it down. You're like on a stream of thought. So you think Haney is gonna fight Matias, and you're saying Hitchison is gonna fight Haney?
Because he's gonna duck Sandor Martin because Tio had to fight him and Tio didn't look good against him. Even though I thought he won, all those clips saying he robbed Sandor Martin are retarded. He won that fight, but he's got to fight all the people with the hard styles for him. The hard style matches like the Jermaine Ortizes and shit, and the Sandor Martins. But Haney doesn't have to fight someone with the ass style like a Hitchins, a Jermaine Ortiz, a Sandor Martin. He can get away with fighting fucking flat-footed fighters that are not as skilled on the back foot like a Ryan Garcia, and he's just gonna walk Ryan Garcia into a bunch of punches and he's gonna stop him in rounds 9 through 11. He's gonna stop Ryan Garcia, and all these fucking blacks are gonna kiss his beanbag, jerk him off about he did this, he did that, he didn't do shit. Ryan Garcia's not even a rated top 10 fighter at 140. He's not even a top 10 guy in the division.
Now I just have to address something that the statements and opinions of the panel is not the what do they say, Dora? Not Frank Bay's opinions.
Yeah, I'm not responsible. Yeah, they're not the opinion of you, basically.
The host. Yeah. So no, because I don't want, because you're gonna get accused of being racist, right? Because I already get accused of it, or I don't like African American fighters or black fighters. So I just want to ask Dora, what is it about the because you're going to get accused. So I just want to make a clear distinction. And I think what you're saying, you just don't like the style, that jab and grab, because I want to make it clear that we just don't like the jab and grab and holding, right? Like it's an ugly style. Like when you're talking about these fighters,
it's not even just the style. It's always the fact that they're blatantly cheating and shit. At least with Jermaine Ortiz, regardless of how he fought, which was not entertaining at all, at least he wasn't clenching the way fucking Hitchins was. when Tio was coming in and he would either wing shots or something like that, Jermaine Ortiz would just slide out because he had fat. Well, I don't know. Tio just felt like a dumbass. He has to pick up his jab. But like I was saying, Jermaine Ortiz wasn't fucking clinching the entire fight. Like he was legitimately fighting on the back foot, and that's fine. But when you just are allowed to cheat, blatantly and get away with it for the entire fight, it makes for a worse fight. Because, dude, if Lemos would have knocked out Hitchins in round 8, 9, 10, if he wasn't allowed to just blatantly cheat the way he did the entire fight. I mean, these Crips do it with impunity. No regard for how the fight turns out because they know they're going to get a robbery decision. And they don't care how it pleases the fans or what, or if it pisses them off, because they're getting overpaid by Eddie Hearn, who's like dick sucking these black fighters that fight like shit.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. What I'm trying to do is make a distinction so it doesn't sound so biased of what you're saying, Dora, right? You see how people can interpret what you're saying?
Well, I don't give a fuck. They're cheating. They can say where the fuck
No. Because I'm going to go somewhere with this, and same with Ripper. It's like, let's compare last week to this week. What did we see last week?
Exciting matchup.
Yeah, I mean, you had fucking, god damn it, my brain's dead. Zerto Ramirez, who a lot of people seem to hate on just because he lost to Bivol. He looked great in his last fight and shit. He had exciting fights, and then you just come to this shit, and it's just
exactly.
Honestly,
Go ahead.
The Lemos fight was exciting, but Lemos made that shit exciting. Wasn't Hitchins. Lemos.
There you go. Exactly. See, you gotta really explain those things because people are gonna take what you're saying and say you're just being a hater. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they don't know shit about boxing. But I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I mean,
like what Sober said. Yeah, you saw Mexicans kicking ass last week, right? Come in, no back foot bitching. Yeah. I'm coming to fight, and people were excited. Like even Crips, I seen Crips on social media and Cuts. Everybody was like, "Oh my god!" They were thrilled. They couldn't get enough of it. You see what I'm saying? Like, and then watch this shit, and you go, "Oh, now I get it." Right?
Yep.
Now I get what they're talking about. But it's always flat-footed Mexican. They come to brawl. That's what they said about Lemos. He was just brawling. He's coming in, swinging and missing, no skills. And I think that's what where we come in to combat that narrative. Is that fair or true?
You have to be skilled to get on the inside of a guy that is taller than you, substantially longer than you, and outwork and outpunch him, and have this guy holding on for dear life. The physically bigger man was losing the fight clearly, and he had to cheat to just survive, and then he got Vegas to do the rest for him. So yeah, to fight on the inside and to be able to close range against men that have physical advantages over you takes a lot of fucking skill to do. It's not easy. This is why, even though I think Canelo's a pussy for ducking Benavidez, I hold his skills and that in high regard because he has beaten a lot of fighters taller than him, longer than him. Look at Trout. Well, Trout, they're about the same, but Lara. Floyd would have never fought fucking Lara. Danny Jacobs, he would have never fought fucking Danny Jacobs. Look at guys like Caleb Plant. Oh, Caleb's kind of a UK bum, but Caleb Plant, taller, longer than Canelo. I mean, or they're linked, or their armies might be the same, but Caleb Plant's definitely taller. And that shit takes skill to get on the inside and do that shit.
Whoa, Dora, you got to pump the brakes. There's no Canelo slander on this channel, homie.
Oh no!
I'm just playing. I'm just playing, dude. It's free smoke. You're free to say whatever you want to say as long as it's not no hate speech. But that's a whole nother can of worms. But did everybody see? I'm gonna switch gears just for a bit. I just want to welcome some people quitting in the building as always. Did everybody seen Benavidez looking coked out? And I don't want to smut his name up. I'm not saying coked out, but he was lit. I'm just gonna say that he was lit as fuck.
Yeah, he was. He was drunk.
He apologized for it. He's on Instagram apologizing for it for some reason.
Yeah. Okay. You stole my thunder, Ripper. What the fuck? Damn, homie. Nah, yeah, man. Like, look, man. David, don't apologize. You know what? To me, the worst thing you can do is apologize.
Yeah, I agree.
You know why? Because then it makes it look like you know what it does? It makes you look unauthentic, which is even worse, right? Like if you get caught cheating, just say, "Damn, man, it was a moment of weakness. Like I'm a man. You know what? Like fuck it."
That was very Ecuadorian of him to do that because I don't think any other Mexican fighter would have done that.
Just a word of advice, guys. If you ever get caught get caught, don't apologize. Just say, hey, shit happens, right? Because when you apologize, you look like it actually makes you look weaker, like you're not taking responsibility. Just own it, right? Like, just say, yeah, I like to party. What the fuck is wrong with that? Because then you look fake. Is that just me, or am I being a jerk?
Did you see his face though? There was something on his face, like he gave like a scratch or something. I think he got beat up this sparring or something.
Yeah, I did see a mark on his face too. But don't apologize, David. Just say, hey, man. I mean, I'm young. I'm rich. I like to party. I know you guys do too. Because to me, it just looks like you're being a phony. Like you're just trying to, quality. Did you say quality control? Yeah, like you're trying to look like a goody two shoe, which I think nobody likes. But the thing with David is like, man. I mean, we've seen the videos. Like, doesn't he look massive? Pause. Like he looks like a heavyweight.
You know what's funny though, Frank? That he apologized for drinking, but he didn't apologize for sniffing coke.
Did he? I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
He said, no, when he got stripped, he did. I remember the interviews with him when he was like 20 years old getting stripped, getting caught on 8 balls and shit. And he's like, yeah, that's not how a championship conducts himself. I should have been stripped. That's what he said.
But you know it, and that's the other thing. It's like, it's a bad look, right? Like if you've been caught cheating or you've been caught doing something, don't do it again, or put yourself in a position. I got static feedback in the background. Somebody got mute if you're moving around.
Overheating. That's on me. Here, I'll bounce.
Okay. It's okay. Come back, man. Thanks for dropping by. That is Dora. Dora with the good takes. Drink some coffee, Dora. Come back, though, man. Salute, Dora. Salute, everybody. Drop the link, comment, subscribe, share. David, if you're out doing bad, like, it's just a bad look since you've been busted before. That's what people are saying. It's not a good look to be out there drunk in public. Because he was slurring. Did you hear him slurring, Rupert?
Yeah, I'm surprised that DAZN put that out, that they conducted that interview. To be honest, because like you could just tell already that he was already fucked up when they were talking to him in that interview. So that shit was pretty funny that they aired that live.
No, that's the other thing, man. Is like, because he's with the PBC, right? And DAZN was all on his nuts. Right. They were kind of like on his nuts, right? And then he's there, so they're, to me, it's like you said, why are they interviewing him if he's all drunk on another platform? He looks even worse.
He said something stupid this week too. Remember, he said that he wouldn't go over there to the Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah, yeah, he did say that.
That's the thing that I'm wondering about, because he doesn't have one fight left on his contract. So he's planning to renew that contract instead of being a free agent, so he could go wherever he wants.
Yeah, he was on some podcast, right? He was on Fresh and Fit. I guess that was the news this week. He was on some podcast called Fresh and Fit, which I think are fucking cornballs. Like, do you watch that shit, Ripper? Fresh and Fit?
No.
Are you an alpha male? Are you an alpha male, Ripper?
I never heard of that podcast, to be honest.
Ghost, whoa! How am I being a cuck? What you got to clarify, Ghost. This is a no cucking zone. I don't know what we're talking about. We talking about David because we're cucking for David or Canelo. I don't know, man. I don't think. But yeah, he was on Fresh and Fit, and then you're talking about another podcast, right? It's called the Cigar Room or something. Was that it?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, David was on another podcast where he was talking about that he's loyal to Al Heyman and wouldn't go to Saudi Arabia. Another podcast.
That was in another podcast. I think. Yeah, that's what he said. But I mean, it's stupid though. Like, I don't understand these guys that are loyal to the PBC. Like, it's obviously that the Hispanic fighters over there, they're not the priority over there, right? Like, look at the fight card that they have. They have Tank as the headliner, and they have David Benavidez as the co-main. When everyone knows that anyone who shows up to the event or who buys that pay-per-view, realistically, who's buying those pay-per-views, Frank? Who's going to those fights?
Yeah, they're putting a Mexican on so that it's they can get the Mexican fan base. Of course, we know what time it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and they still don't put them as a priority. They give the priority to the fellow Crip. So that's why I don't get why some of these fools like Pitbull Cruz and David Benavidez show that loyalty to Heyman. They should be looking out for themselves and their interests. Because like I said, Pitbull Cruz himself, he could have had the fight with Ryan Garcia. He could have made millions of dollars, right? He could have been the one that popped his cherry and became a bigger name than he is right now. He would have got a million if he would have left the PBC and gone over there and done business with Golden Boy. But I mean, these fools want to be loyal to a script that basically just uses them. I don't get it.
No, that's an excellent point. Oh, you mean a real Mexican just addressing ghosts? A real Mexican do what he wants? Yeah, no, I just was saying David apologizing. He can do whatever he wants. I'm just saying about him apologizing to me is weaker than just saying, hey, grabbing your nuts and saying, hey, I like to party. You know what I mean? But Ripper, yeah, like what you're saying about David Benavidez being on Take's undercard. It's like, bro, doesn't another move like, yeah, that makes you look weak. And he was on these podcasts praising Al Heyman and the PDC, saying that's who he's loyal to. So I don't think he knows better. Like I think we think they watch podcasts or they listen to all the news. I don't think they do. I think they're kind of in their own little bubble and kind of just believe what they're told from the PDC and Al Heyman. What do you think about that?
I think you're right. I think you're right on the money. I think David takes Samson's word as gospel, right? Even though Samson has been caught lying numerous times and doing stupid shit. Because remember, if Samson wanted to, he said they asked him point blank if Samson that he could talk to the WBC to make David the #1 mandatory, right? And this fool Samson was like, "Oh, well, I don't want to ask Suleiman for that type of shit." And like, what do you mean you don't want to ask him? Like he said, "Oh no, that's too personal." Like, what are we talking about here? This is business. You need to look out for your fighter, right? So if you were Samson, why wouldn't you go to Suleiman and say, "Oh, come on, make David the mandatory," right? And he said he wouldn't do that. Like this fool David's stupid, I guess. I don't know. Like he's gonna miss out millions if he doesn't get this Canelo fight. Because if he doesn't want to like leave the PBC and be a free agent to get that fight, then what are we talking about here?
No, I was just thinking. I was just thinking. I had a brain fart. I was like, why was David there anyway? And I was like, oh, because Pacheco was fighting. That's his stablemate, so that's why he was at the event. Yeah. It just shows a kind of a lack of. There's a word for it. It's called reading the room. That like he doesn't understand where he's at and how people are gonna view him. And then here come the broadcasters talking to him. He's all lit as fuck. On a rival broadcast. But also, does he not realize that he's only relevant because of Canelo Alvarez? Like at the end of the day, he's on these podcasts. But who the fuck would care about him if he wasn't attached to Canelo Alvarez's name?
No, he knows because I clicked play on that one podcast. And like within the first 15 seconds, he was already mentioning Canelo. He's like, "Oh, I'm David Benavidez." Literally, the first sentence that he said was something like, "Oh, I'm David Benavidez, and I'm the #1 ranked fighter to fight Canelo Alvarez." I'm like, what the fuck, dude? He's already mentioning.
There you go. Exactly, and I haven't really watched the interviews. I just seen clips. But for what people said is that I guess these people had to pay to call, or they had to pay to get their super chat read, right? And so these, and you have to understand, like the Fresh and Fit guys, they're super casual, bro. I doubt they even knew who David Benavidez was, right? They know who Canelo is.
I was watching it. They didn't even know who Golovkin was because David was bringing him up. It was like, yeah, it was like, oh yeah, I was pouring Golovkin when I was a teenager, and then they was like, oh, you know who Golovkin is?
Just blank, huh?
Yeah, they didn't know what the fuck it was.
Yeah, like these guys, especially like are the other podcasts, like they don't know what a WBC is. Like a what? What the fuck is a WBC? Or what the fuck is Ring Magazine? Like come on, bro. Like what are we talking about? But these guys are getting $20 phone calls, $50 super chats, and it's all about Canelo Alvarez. Every chat was asking David about Canelo Alvarez. Like think about it, if a chick came up to you. You ever been in a situation where a chick came up to you and asked about a friend, And like, bitch, don't be. I'm not talking about another ninja, right? Like, why the fuck are you asking about some other dude? Like, don't come at me with that bullshit. You ever been in that situation?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I'm like, bitch, I don't speak for my friend. Like, don't be asking. I don't mean to say that, but you know what I mean, bro. Like, don't be coming to me, talking to me, asking about other dudes. Like, I'm talking about me. It's about me or nothing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'd be like if Ripper got on my show and Ripper start asking me about people in the chat, like, oh, what about this guy? What about that guy? I'm like, you gotta go, homie. Like, you speak for yourself. So that's the thing with David. He's only relevant because of Canelo Alvarez. Like, how would that make you feel? Like, wouldn't you be offended if everybody was just asking you about another fighter, Ripper?
I mean, I think David knows that, though. David knows that that's the only reason he's relevant. That's why he's attached his name to it so much. That's why he's always talking about him. No, that's his way to get some clout, right? By just talking about him. That's why him and his dad have this campaign of talking about him, even though like at one point even fucking David's dad was apologizing and shit, trying to get the fight.
I seen it, yeah.
That's all they do. They talk about him.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be if I got on my show. I have a little YouTube channel, and I appreciate everybody. But if I just start bashing everybody else, I didn't talk boxing. I just talked about other channels. I talked about other people. What the fuck would that like? To me, that's kind of pathetic, right? Like, I'd feel kind of cringe, like always having to talk about Canelo Alvarez. Like, what about? I'd start crying. Like, what about me? I fight too, right?
That's what
like I'm a fighter.
Like that's David's whole identity now, though. That's what he made it to be. It's not even nothing like it's not even nothing about him. It's just his name being attached to Canelo. So that's literally his whole identity.
Literally,
his whole fucking half his fan base is just is Crips who hate Canelo. That's literally it.
You know what it reminds me of? No, don't trip sober. It's all good. Salute if you can. I'd appreciate it too. You know, hop on. It's like when a guy having a famous dad, right? And your dad's a famous ball player, and all people want to ask about is your dad. You'd get pissed, right? You'd be like, "Damn, I hate this. I hate him." You know, like it's just. Go ahead.
That's the problem. That's the thing, though. David's just living in his shadow, right? Canelo's shadow, basically. That's his whole identity. Look at me. I'm in Canelo's shadow and shit. Like, I don't want.
You know what it looked like? You know what it looks like? Oh, let me just finish this and I'll let you cook. It looks like in the beginning, he didn't want to make it about Canelo because I kind of watched the interviews. He was like, no, I'm a beast. I fuck people up. He was really trying to make his own name. And then it looked like now it looks like he's forcing it. Like he doesn't really want to talk about Canelo, but his management, Al Heyman, his dad are like, bro, you have to do it. And he seems kind of irritated. Is that me or am I reading too much into it?
No, I can see that. I can see where you come from. But it looks like he's a stalker now. Like he's a Canelo stalker now.
They still call him a stalker. Right? Like, yeah, you know it. Like it sounds good in theory. Like, yeah, I'm gonna build my name. I'm gonna make a big fight with Canelo Alvarez. But when all anybody wants to talk about is Canelo Alvarez, to me, I just would be upset. Inside, I would feel kind of like a fraud.
Well, he needs to start carving out an own identity for himself because
but it's too late now. It's too late because that's all people want to talk about. And Larry, salute. And the other thing I was thinking, go ahead, Ripper, cook. I forgot I was going to talk about, but go ahead, cook.
No, nothing. It's just that I don't know. David.
Oh,
David moves weird, dude. Like
you're kind of breaking up, homie.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, it sounded like you were underwater for a minute.
I just want to say this last thing.
Oh no! If you gotta go. If you can stay, it's good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this thing. David moves weird because remember he was trying to pressure that Saudi prince to make the fight with Canelo, right? And then the Saudi prince was like, "Nah, I don't care about that. We're gonna make you the number one contender to fight the winner between Tiva and Beterbiev, right?" And then
Right.
this fool went radio silent, and he never brought that shit up again. Like he, why is he moving up to 175 if he has no plans to fighting the winner of that fight? And it's after the Saudi prince guaranteed him the number one shot at the winner, right? They're not even gonna do a rematch for that B-ball better be if they're just gonna let David fight for that all those titles at 175 if he wants to, if he wins his next fight, right? But this motherfucker went radio silent and didn't even say shit. So why is he moving up to 175 then? He has no plans to fight them, dude.
No, that's an excellent point. And he did go radio silent. You know, like you said, the Saudi prince had put that out, like you could fight the winner, better be a b-ball. And then that's why they're saying, oh no, he did address it. But then that's when you hear him say, but I'm loyal to Al Heyman and the PBC. So I don't know. He said on that podcast, one of the clips, I can't move how I want to move. Like, how pathetic is that? Did you hear him say that when he said that?
No, I didn't. I didn't. But I mean, he has one fight contract left. One fight left on the contract. How the fuck? What do you mean? How the fuck is he saying that he can't move how he wants to? He only has one more fight on the contract. All these other fighters have bounced from the PBC. So why can't he? It's just like I said. This dude moves weird.
Well, that is not that he moves weird. He can't move how he wants to move. He acts like he's a boss, but none of these guys are bosses. The only boss is Canelo Alvarez. Before I get accused of nut riding Canelo, that's just the truth. But salute El Pachuco, salute Larry back in the building. Larry put a request, so I honored it. But I wanted to throw up my girl, who I know you guys love, and she was looking kind of cute the other day. How do you feel, Ripper, about are you watching the screen? How you feel about this baddie? That's a real baddie right there. He's a showstopper, homie. What's wrong? She's not your cup of tea, guys. Come on, what are we talking about?
Looks like Pandora was just a wig, dude.
Nah, you know what? I think she wears glasses too, and she doesn't look bad. Like, she's not bad. I don't think she's fugly, but I'm just trolling with that one. But, oh, you know what I remember? We were talking about Benavidez and clout chasing Canelo. Canelo said what he said like a week or two ago about David and 150 million. And what I was going to say about David always having to talk about Canelo, I think Canelo was getting irritated always having to talk about David. Like, people say that he doesn't talk about David because he's being a pussy. Have you heard that?
No, yeah. David, I mean, Canelo definitely gets irritated when they bring him up.
And they say it's because he's ducking, and I'm saying no. I think it's the opposite. If David is clout chasing and all he can talk about is Canelo, even if he doesn't want to, Canelo's like, hey, bro, like, I don't need to talk about this guy. I talk about me because I'm the king. You see what I'm saying? You see the difference?
Yeah, that's fact.
Oh, but salute Pounds, my homie, the homie Pounds. But did you see Oscar's backing Benavidez now? It's like everybody's picking sides, man. How do you feel about that? Yeah.
No, yeah, I forgot about that. David took a picture with Oscar too.
They were hanging out, dude. They were hanging out. They're boys.
That's a good sign, though. That's a good sign because that means that he's basically courting David to come over to Golden Boy, like he previously tried to do with Teofimo Lopez as well. Maybe we can see David over there at Golden Boy.
Pounds, what do you mean thoughts on Oscar being buddy with Devin? Is he buddy with Devin now? Oscar's bitter, man. Oscar. Go ahead.
Oscar showed up to Haney's workout thing.
Well, he's promoting the fight, so isn't that legitimate? Or we're trying to read between the lines?
I think Pounds is trying to read between the lines, but I mean, I don't know.
Because you think Oscar could be so pissed at Ryan for talking shit about him that he's secretly selling Ryan out? Is that what we're suggesting?
I guess I don't know, because I think Canelo. I mean, I think Oscar wants Ryan to win the fight. To be honest, because that's his cash cow right there. He wants his cash cow to keep producing, right? another L on Ryan Garcia's record, and that might be it for his career. He might stop boxing and just transition to the fucking podcasting or whatever or acting. So I think it's in the best interest for Oscar for Ryan to win. So
No, that's an excellent point. I'm just addressing Pounds. Pounds is a real one. Salute Pounds in the building. Salute Sekema. Salute Larry. Oscar should be promoting his fighters, not PBC fighters.
Haney's not a PBC fighter though.
I think he means David. The Oscar is showing his, saluting and rooting for David, basically aligning himself with David, like basically trying to stick it in Canelo's face that he's being a pussy right now. I don't think like Oscar's.
I don't think he's doing that for promotion though. I don't think Oscar's doing that for promotion. I think he wants to recruit David to Golden Boy. I think that's the move.
Okay.
Because remember, there was Oscar was hanging out with Teofimo Lopez too. He was trying to sign him to Golden Boy.
That sounds kind of illegal though. I think it's called. There's a legal term for it.
But I mean, PBC is legal shit too, though. They break the Ali Act.
Yeah. Because that's what Oscar had threatened Floyd with. He says, "Don't be talking to my fighter." When Floyd was trying to recruit Ryan Garcia, like a couple months ago.
They blur the lines between that shit though, between all them promoters. So nothing ever really happened.
You know what, man? I mean, look, if Oscar wants to be buddy with David because he hates Canelo, that's cool. But I think the whole buddy in boxing, I think is fake. I think everybody will stab you in the back, Like, to me, that's how I would look at it. If I'm in boxing, I'm like, I don't trust anybody. Everybody's a damn snake, Like what Haney did to, Haney, somebody snaked Kambosos and was telling, Kambosos do you remember what happened? It was between Tio, Haney, and Kambosos. And, Haney was telling secrets about Kambosos or something like that. Saying Tio wasn't making weight behind closed doors.
Some gay shit like that,
Haney was texting Kambosos, telling Kambosos shit about Tio in their fight. And then Kambosos said, "Hey, you're a little snake. You were trying to stab Tio in the back."
He called him a snitch or some shit.
Remember that? Because Kambosos outed Haney for being a snake, saying, "Yo, weren't you trying to snake Teofimo before his fight? Like, you're a fucking bitch. Like, don't be doing that shit." Right? Because you never know. Like, Munguia could fight David one day. Like, let's say Munguia is successful. That could be a mega fight. So all the buddy, all the pal shit, man, is just like motherfuckers trying to get info on you. I don't know. To me, that's how I would look at it.
Well, yeah, even that lawyer did the same thing with Canelo too, because he did that deal with the zone where he guaranteed that there was going to be a third fight with Golovkin, but he didn't tell Canelo about it.
Oh, okay. That's how the beef all started?
Yeah.
Yeah, Oscar's not going to get any love because people think he's a weirdo. Me, personally, I like Oscar de la Hoya. But I don't like the whole bashing Canelo Alvarez thing. It just looks kind of petty and kind of fake. If you're a fan of Canelo Alvarez, because that's what I see. A lot of people hate. Hold on, let me get smoking. Is this the real Smoke Sobers? It looks like your avatar.
What's up, bro?
What's up, fool? What's cracking?
Nothing, bro. What's up?
Nothing, man. We're just breaking. We were talking about David looking fucked up last night. Did you see that?
Say that again?
David looking all sauced up.
Oh yeah, bro. He was fucked up. He was looking cross-eyed. He was blackout drunk, bro.
He did though, didn't he?
You
His eye looked like...
You don't remember that interview, dude.
Somebody had to tell him, huh? Hey, dude, you were fucked up last night.
Yeah, he saw it. He saw it in the morning. He was like, "Fuck."
Had his publicist, had his publicist make a fucking tweet or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Publicist.
So what's up, Ripper? Why don't you go to my channel no more, bro?
I don't really hop in on people's channels, to be honest. Just
órale, okay, that's what's up.
What happened?
I asked this fool how come he don't come to my channel no more. And he says he don't really jump on panels anymore. So I said, okay, that's what's up.
I don't.
Well,
You
got your Discord and your server.
I don't really hop on the channels. I barely hop on a friend.
Yeah, you used to be more active, bro.
There's a lot of people that are not active anymore, but yeah, man, you were showing the fights, right? I mean, not showing the fights.
We were watching them, bro. We were watching them, yeah.
How did people react when you guys were watching it live?
Well, we were in the 6th round, saying, "Yo, they're gonna rob him." I said, "Lemos is beating his ass, and they're gonna rob him, bro." We were saying it from the 6th round all the way to the 12th, like they're gonna rob this dude. He's beating his ass, and they're gonna rob him, and they robbed him, bro. Even after they robbed him, we were like, "What the fuck?" We still couldn't believe it. We still couldn't believe it, bro, because you already know the bullshit boxing's on, but it still hurts. It's still a slap in the face. Like, come on, the disrespect.
And he wasn't even Mexican, huh? He's an Argentinian.
I mean, he's still a paisa, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But still, it's like, come on, bro. Like,
Right.
you know what that happens? Like, even if he wasn't, though, like, that shit's ugly, dude. There was fool. I was hard pressed to find a round for this kid Richardson until like the 9th.
Yeah, that's what I was telling.
Like,
I was telling Frank.
Fucking ass whoop.
I was telling Frank that there's no way that he won the fight. I don't even think it was close. We won 4 rounds maximum, and the rest was all the Argentino guy.
You're saying you only go to TVS's channel now, Ripper? Is that true?
That's the only channel that I have time to go on Sundays.
Yeah, but did you guys feel it? So you guys, when you guys were watching it, you guys didn't even feel it was close?
No.
No, that's what I was telling Frank right here. That's why it wasn't close. Richardson dude only won 3-4 rounds. The rest of the rounds, like they were all the Argentino dudes.
Well, I only say that because what Sobers is saying, like you guys are watching it like how I'm watching it. It's like, yeah, you know he's getting his ass whipped, but you also know how the perception is. Does that make sense?
And dude, the holding from the 1st round all the way to the fucking 12th, it was so crazy, bro. This guy would throw a jab and hold, miss a punch, hold. Guy comes near him, hold. It was every 2 seconds, bro. It was crazy as fuck. And never got a warning. None of that shit. It just doesn't make sense, bro. It doesn't make sense.
Bro, it was so bad. I seen him reach out. You know, like what? Like he literally was like reaching out to grab him. That's what I seen. I don't know if you guys seen that.
But yeah, but Frank, you said you thought it was close, or what? Like, how'd you score the fight?
No, I'm saying I'm watching it. I'm like, okay, he's getting his ass beat, but I also watch it in mind, like how they idolize crip boxing and jab and grab, and they score it. Like, I know how other people will watch a fight and call that the sweet science, because they're looking at Lemos like, oh, he's just a brawler. Like with the like, did you hear that caller on BDA Sobers? I think he goes by Boxing Learner or something like that.
No, what did he say?
He was saying how Lemos was swinging and missing. Yeah, you heard him. He was talking about he only seen the highlights.
Yeah. Fuck out of here, dude.
And he was saying, oh, he was swinging and missing. And I'm saying a lot of Wakandans and Crips, they watch boxing and they'll say, oh, he was swinging and missing.
What they'll say, what they won't say is they only watch the highlights.
Right. But they look at that as a brawler.
Highlights.
He did, huh? He slipped. But they try to paint it that Lemos was just brawling. Did you see Lemos just brawling, or did you see him like boxing effectively?
Bro, that's what I'm saying though. Like, it was really impressive how Lemos was beating his ass. Because look, we were watching the fight, and I'm like, who's this guy? I don't know who this guy is, right? They probably just found some guy from Argentina to get his ass whooped. And Gonzalo was like, no, I've seen this guy. He's actually fucking good. He can hit, and he's gonna probably whoop this dude's ass. And I was like, okay, we'll see. And then I seen the stats, like the 64 to 74 inch reach, and then the 5'5", the 5'10", and then I was like, bro, this guy's gonna probably get his ass whooped. He's a lot smaller, you know what I mean? And they get in the ring. Richardson Hitchins looks huge, And this fool comes on the first round, beating his fucking ass, bro, beating him to the body, using that to get upstairs, cutting the fucking ring off, bro. He boxed the way a shorter guy boxes a bigger dude, and that's how. And he whooped his ass, and it wasn't close. Richardson Hitchins didn't. I saw Hitchins hurt him one time to the body, bro, but he was such in panic survival mode that he didn't fucking realize it, dude, and he just backed up and held. You know, when he reacted to a body shot. You know what I mean? And he let let Lemos come forward on him after that.
That's another excellent point that a lot of people are not saying is the size difference. Pause. I mean, he was what? He was like 5'5". This that little stocky short motherfucker coming up in weight, fighting this big ass motherfucker. And he's a big 140 pounder. He even said that. Yeah. And you got bullied by a fucking I don't say what's the word. What's politically correct now?
They're lying, bro. They're lying about the punch stats. They're trying to make it seem like Richardson Hitchins was ahead. And if you watch the fight, the rounds, bro, there's no fucking way that Hitchins outlanded him in any round or it was close.
I seen Hitchins. Yeah, I see he jabbed. That jab was good. I mean, you can't get a.
I don't know.
He had a good jab.
His jab was good, bro. He was jabbing.
Really.
I didn't see the jab. Right. I didn't see the jab or anything. To be honest, that wasn't doing anything but hugging and running around the ring. That's all I was saying. I don't think this fight was close as you think it is. I think it was like an 8-4 for the Argentino guy. Maybe
yeah,
even
man.
9-8.
You know, as we're talking and I'm replaying the fight in my mind, it's like, yeah, he was rocking them. I mean, he had that fool's eyes busted. He had him holding for survival. I mean, he was holding on for dear life.
Round, all the way to the 12th, bro.
He was just getting caught. Right hands. I even heard Clarissa Shields say "ooh" a couple times. Like she was wincing. She was trying as hard as she could to go for her fellow brother. But even you could hear her go "ooh, ooh." It was hilarious.
He does the same shit that PBC does too. He protects their fighters very well. Because you remember that fight with Lee Wood and that little fighter guy. I forgot his name though. The one that knocked him out in the rematch. In the rematch, Laura. In the rematch, they fucked that dude over. They told him that he couldn't, that he wasn't gonna make weight, so they're gonna put the fucking, I forgot what was it, the rehydration clause on him, and that his dumbass accepted the thing without reading the contract, so he had to come in special weight, like he couldn't rehydrate properly, and that's why he lost the fight so badly to that dude in the rematch. So Hearn's a dirty, grimy dude too, as a promoter.
That's an excellent point. I remember that they showed up like at his hotel at like what, butt crack in the morning. Like you got to weigh in, and he didn't know. Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah, they took advantage of that. That's what I'm saying. Hearn's a grimy promoter too, just like the PBC. So he's not gonna let his fighters take a L like versus some random nobody. In this case with Argentina.
Yeah. So Sobers, do you think it's more Lemos was better than we thought, or Hitchinson's is just a hype job?
Well, I hadn't seen Lemos fight, so I couldn't really judge him. He was undefeated. You know what I mean? And that was the first time fighting outside Argentina. They try. Right. It's what happens a lot with these American fighters. I see it. They try to get one of these guys that are undefeated. They think they're the goods. Like Hitchinson's kind of a hype job, not really there. I really feel like Hitchinson, after he couldn't stop Jose Zepeda, and how much of an easy time he had with him, and the way he decided to fight him, like you decided just to jab and stay away from him the whole time when you were in complete control. You're kind of a bitch. I'm not gonna say it like that, right? But like that's the temperament. If that's the temperament you fight with, someone with some who comes forward and they're not gonna take no for an answer, they're gonna beat your ass, and that's what Lemos did.
Exactly. Right? I mean, that's why I always said when I watched Hitchinson versus Zepeda, I said I don't like this guy. Like I don't give a shit about that skills and most slick and more athletic, but like you said, it shows his mindset that he's really there to just stink a joint out. He doesn't care what the fans think. He says it. It's called the sweet science, and he doesn't care about entertaining. So if someone tells me that, then I go, man, fuck this guy. Like, you know, if Lemos didn't come to fight how he fought, it would have just been a boring ass fight. It was a good fight only because Lemos made it a good fight.
But the problem with that, Frank, is that he has no incentive to change because his style is they're giving him no incentive to change his style because they're rewarding him. The judges and the refs are rewarding this fool for fighting that way. So he's obviously not gonna change it.
Last week, you seen Tim Zoo, Tim Zoo's fucking head was he had a vagina on his head leaking, and you had Fedora, who's actually out for 6 months now with because his nose was so busted and he was drinking blood. And did we see any clinching there? Like, don't you think in that type of fight, like, I'm gonna clinch, I'm gonna survive, I'm gonna hold on. Fedora didn't clinch and he didn't run. I mean, am I watching something else?
No, speaking facts.
Hey, no, look, check it out, bro. You'll see someone like Rolly will get a point taken for holding.
Nah, yeah.
Well, even with the Rolly shit, the ref was looking out for him.
As holding as Hitchins, it wasn't nearly half as bad. What Rolly was doing, it wasn't good. Right, and it was good the referee took a point, but I'm saying you see the bias, they'll take a point from Rolly, but Hitchinson can do that shit and worse for 12 rounds and not even get a warning.
Yeah, what you're saying, Pitbull was tying up. I mean, Rolly was tying up, but what Hitchinson was doing was holding on, like not even tying up, but like, I know I'm gonna hold this motherfucker as long and hard as I can. And he'll do it with impunity, with no warning. I mean, at least the ref could have warned him, like, hey man, like, you got to stop holding. When I tell you to break. He wouldn't break when he was told to break. And then the ref didn't say anything. I seen that on social media. A lot of people were saying, why didn't the ref at least warn him? So what Sobers is saying is that's obvious to us. That's obvious. There's a bias. You see what I'm saying? It's obvious there's a bias out there.
I mean, that's obvious.
Look, check it out, bro. Even that guy that you be arguing with, Trey G. Turo, he was like, his favorite type of fighter is a big, athletic, back foot type. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even he was like, whoa, this is kind of crazy what they're doing to Lemos. You know what I mean? Even he was like, fuck, yesterday. So that's saying something. I was like, are you starting to see, bro, what we talking about now? He's starting to see, bro. That's why I told you guys. Give that kid a chance. He'll see.
Okay. Well, yeah, man. I mean, he's welcome. I ain't tripping on that fool. But no, Ripper had said something before. Sobers. He said, it's not so much the slick style, the ass style. It's that it's okay, but you have to make somebody pay. Because even like Straight G, he likes Roy Jones or something, right? But Roy Jones, what I remember, he would make people pay. So yeah, you could be slick, but you got to make somebody pay for it. Knock them the fuck out. If they're like, think about it. If you're wild like Lemos, wouldn't a great boxer like just knock them clean out?
Hey Frank, can you change the background? I'm tired of Pandora's sister staring at me.
Y'all don't find that appealing, man?
Girlfriend, bro.
I'm down. Somebody said she doesn't play for our team though. She plays for her own team. Is this more y'all? Is this more everybody's more cup of tea? I'll just put Canelo.
Go back to Clarissa, bro.
Y'all don't like that bling bling? I like it. I mean, if you didn't know better, right?
Got them diamonds on her nipple, boy.
Yeah, man, that's saucy. That's flossing. What are we talking about? Somebody said she looks like Charlo there. He looks like Charlo. I don't mind it. But yeah, man, I mean, look, Lemos, he's do you guys think he's good?
He's all right.
Who's better, Pitbull or Lemos?
He's better than Hitchinson.
What's his next fight?
Who's better, Pitbull or Lemos? Because what I heard people all week, nobody thinks Pitbull beats anybody. Have you guys heard the same thing? Everybody dissing Pitbull.
I mean, Pitbull arguably beat Tank, and aren't people saying that he's a pound for pound fighter and this and that? That he's the face of boxing. He's the only one that had like a close fight in recent time with Tank, and arguably won. And he took that fight on 4 weeks' notice too. And Tank was lying about that hand injury, that he got his hand broken. There was never no hand broken. he might have bruised it or some shit. But I think Pitbull's kind of underrated.
How about you, Sobers? Do you think Lemos and Pitbull are the same, or Pitbull is a lot better?
Well, it depends, bro. It depends. Lemos, he probably hasn't had the exposure yet, bro. He don't have the world class experience that someone like Pitbull has right now. He's not bad at all. Like I said, he beat Hitchins for fucking. He beat his ass. He's better than him. So if Hitchins is his fucking badass future world star, whatever, Lemos is more. Right now, Pitbull Cruz, he's on the world level. What Hitchins and Lemos were fighting on, that wasn't world level yet. That was like for a minor belt. It was like, for a minor belt.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. They're contenders at this point.
Fucking Cruz has already been at the world level. So fighting someone like Tank and, beating him, he, basically beat his ass. He had him scared. So,
well, it'd be a good one. He
has higher, more experience, bro. He's higher on the world level. You know what I mean?
Right. It'd be a good one, but also Hitchins. But that guy's old. I mean, Hitchins would literally run from that guy. But also in Lemos.
That's stupid to ask. The fucking Pitbull Cruz is a 135-pound guy. He said he went up to 140. And he said that's a pit stop in his career. He said he's going back down. He's not.
Oh no way! Wait, he has a belt at 140. He's not going to defend it.
We'll see if they don't try to get him to sell it to fucking Davis.
The only reason I bring up Pitbull is because when I look at Lemos and I look at him as like a lesser, like a tier below Pitbull, but that style, that kind of come forward, swinging, people will say wild. Basically, people don't give that style credit because they look at it. The ones we talk to, the Crips, with comments, they love the sweet science, they love that back foot bitch shit. So when they see somebody like Lemos or either Cruz, they give them absolutely no credit and say Haney and Hitchins, they'll just outbox those guys all day. Do you guys feel the same way?
What? Say that again?
Oh, okay. When you look at Lemos, his style, right? That kind of come forward, and because and Pitbull and him, they kind of fight similar with the high guard coming in, kind of shooting looping punches, trying to get on the inside. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they fight similar.
Yeah, they're similar.
Yeah, they fight similar.
But we know in the boxing world, people will look at that and give them no credit and say they're flat-footed, they throw wild punches, they swing and miss. And to me, I'm like, because they're trying to make a fight. These other guys, they run, they hold, they grab. So yeah, they're gonna look a little bit more awkward. But shit, man, these guys are effective. They can win these fights, as we've seen. Because people are giving, and I'm saying that because people are giving Pitbull no credit. But go ahead.
That's stupid, bro. Because it doesn't really matter how. And that's a lot of shit. Like, you got Yokasta and Sinesa up here, bro. If you look at
people
their
didn't
fight,
like.
you got to look at their fight, and you say, look, Estrada won. I don't think she won. The crowd doesn't think she won. But you got to look at what people like to see on TV. You see the body language that Estrada was giving, and the little movements she was making, and versus what Yokasta was doing. She was coming forward. She was throwing a lot. It looked a little more. The body language wasn't the same. She didn't look like she was about to start breakdancing in there, but she was throwing more. She was landing more. She landed harder shots. That's what fucking matters in a fight. You know what I mean? They like the body language of Hitchins of just backing up and looking like, oh, he's getting away. But dude, you're throwing less. You're getting hit more. You're getting cracked with hard shots. You're not landing the hard shots. That's what fucking matters. That doesn't matter. Yeah, if the dude miss more, yeah, it's because he fucking threw like 200 punches more, and he also landed 50 more. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like that. People get caught up in the body language, and they think that just because the way someone's shimmying their fucking shoulders, they're gonna win the fight. And it was crazy to me, bro. Bringing up the Hitchins fight again, bro. In the 12th round, this nigga thought he was so ahead that in the last minute, he just started completely to disengage to the point where he raised his hands up in the last 10 seconds, like, yeah, I got this in the bag. You know what I mean? Like, there's no fucking way, bro. Like,
you know what? I seen that too. I seen that in Devin Haney, Cambosos won, and I seen Shakira Twitterson even do that against De Los Santos. And I know Haney beat Camboso the first one, but there was a lot of close rounds that first one. and even De Los Santos Shakira is very close. So how are these guys like throwing their hands up? I'm glad you said that because that irritates the fuck out of me. Like, what are you dancing around for? Who's choking their? Somebody got a big hit.
Don't worry, bro.
Okay. Drink some water, homie. Got your Hey, what do you got your? Would you? I used to drink lemonade, man. Lemonade was bomb. Some lemonade and Annihilators.
Yeah.
Or what? Or what is it? A grape? You're fucked up. Or no, you know what's hella good? Arizona iced tea. Some Arizona iced tea. It's like $1. Is it still $1?
I don't think so, bro. That's how you know the world's fucking changing.
You know what I'm saying? You used to be able to get the what was the bomb ass one? I don't want to say water. Mango, yeah, mango is hella good, bro. But there was no, it was red. It wasn't the watermelon though. It was the red one though. It was not,
you were on the Trayvon Martin shit, Frank?
No, it was Arizona fool. The tall cans you could get at like CVS or something. They used to be 99 cents till like last year. But they're hella good when you're getting high and shit.
Arizona iced tea and the Skittles, Frank.
Annihilators, fool. I do Annihilators. I fuck with Annihilators. All right, get it straight. Or Jolly Ranchers. or sour Skittles. That's my shit. Yeah, back to what you're saying about Sinicia. Yeah, that kind of juking and jiving. But Sinicia did it better. Like Hitchins wasn't doing that. He was running.
No, yeah. This fight was crazy. The robbery it was. Lemos was cutting the ring off. Anywhere this faggot went, my bad. Anywhere the dude went,
it's all good.
He was shuffling next to him. He was going to the body. He was beating the body up with combinations, bro. And then he was using that to get upstairs. And he was catching this dude going straight back, retreating. Well, like he was snapping his head back constantly, bro. I don't know where the fuck. I don't know, bro. I don't know how the fuck Hitchins won, dude.
You know what? A lot of times, like I like watching the fights, but then sometimes I just watch it alone because sometimes you guys are ahead, or sometimes I'm ahead. I'm always listening, but yeah, man. Now that you're telling me and what you guys all seen together,
and you see the same thing everyone else is seeing.
No, I know, but I try to just like sometimes I like want to just see it and then hear what you guys say later. So see if I've seen the same thing, because sometimes if people are watching together, everybody agrees. But now that I'm listening, I'm seeing more of what you guys were seeing. Now I know that sounds kind of fake or phony, but does that make sense to you?
Jump in the bandwagon there, fool.
Yeah. No, I'm saying because I was seeing him get rocked, but I'm like, am I seeing that, or is it I just want him to win? I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was rocking the shit out of him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought it was just me, but now that you guys are confirming it, I'm like, okay, because I'm looking at social media and people are saying, oh, it was a sweet sign, man.
You made it rough, but Hitchins won, and they're like, no. That's the same thing they said about Pitbull when he beat up on Davis. He landed some shots, but we got outboxed. No, he didn't. He was whooping this dude's ass, and he had him running around the fucking ring. In the fucking holding, bro. He should have just been bro, he should have been disqualified from the holding.
Bro, man, that's why I like talking boxing and I like talking with people because, it's like you don't know something until somebody else says it, kind of confirming. But, bro, that holding made the difference. Because, like you said, Lemos have rocked his ass. I think it was at the 8th or 9th round where he was out on his feet.
He started fucking holding and the referee let him.
He was literally, like, out on his feet, and the only thing holding him up was his holding. Like, I'll give you an example. Do you remember El Rayo versus the first one, De Los Santos versus El Rayo?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you guys remember that one?
Yeah.
Well, Rayo was out on his feet, and I was like, "Hold, motherfucker, hold!" Like, look, there's a time to hold. Like, Rayo should have held. He was out on his feet, and if he had held, he probably wins that fight because he also dropped De Los Santos. So a lot of times, Mexicans or brawlers, they sometimes they need to use those tactics. But they're so they just want to fire back.
Macho.
You know what I'm saying?
They're so macho they don't want to.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
we see. Go ahead.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing about the crip fighters is that they don't have an incentive to not do that because the ref is not deducting any points. They're not getting any warn. They get warnings, but they don't get no deductions. So the warnings are pointless. So they're gonna keep holding. They're gonna keep running, and the refs are gonna keep allowing it because that's just how the game's all fucked up. They're gonna allow this shit to happen. They're gonna get away with it. So that's what I'm saying. They don't have no incentive to change unless the refs start doing their job and taking points away and disqualifying these fighters that do the type of fights we're going to get from these American crip fighters that use these tactics. They use the style.
Salute, I am your leader. We have is Port A or Water. Welcome to the show. Hopefully he's not dick bombing me. What's your say? Boo.
Hitch won, man.
Oh, here
and
we go.
Y'all are
See?
too emotional, man.
Here we go.
So I'm open to debate about it, but I mean, there really isn't much to debate because the guy won.
Is this Los?
Who's this?
Is this Carlos the Tejano?
This is Los. This is definitely Los. You're trolling Los.
Is this the lame ass dude who tries to call other people wetback and his name is Carlos?
Is my name Carlos? I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, your name's Carlos.
Okay, yeah.
What's up, Carlos?
You're trolling
Carlos or not?
What's up, Carlos?
Hitch won. I don't see the whole. Everybody's bitching.
He didn't watch the fight.
Everybody's bitching that Lemos got.
You didn't watch the fight,
I didn't
Carlos.
see that. That's not reality. Like I can admit when somebody's robbed, like Loma, for example. But this fight, I thought Hitch was the clear winner, and I'll tell you why.
All right. Los, which rounds did he win? Name the rounds that he won clearly.
Like I scored it with the fucking pen and paper. Okay. I don't fucking remember what rounds exactly he won, but I remember scoring it for him. And you know who agreed with me? Not only fucking the judges, but countless of fucking polls on Twitter done by hundreds of people, and they're not fucking biased Mexicans. You know, like that's what it comes down to.
Frank Bay's
Anyways, let me tell y'all about the rule book. That's the most important criteria.
So that
the most important criteria is clean punches landed, okay? And ring generalship is totally subjective, okay? Because how do you know? Because that's the argument y'all got for Lemos, right? Is Hitchins was running, okay? That means Lemos is the aggressor and he won the ring generalship criteria. How do you know that? Why couldn't Hitch win the ring generalship criteria? Why couldn't he win it? I mean, because he was the one that used the ring to negate Lemos's attack. Because if you want to negate Lemos's whole offense, you use lateral movement to take it away.
Opposite of whatever you said. That's you, Carlos.
I'm just saying, can you give me a valid argument to why Lemos run except for mud clinching and mud running?
He outlanded him. He rocked him. He almost knocked him out.
Oh, who cares if he rocks him? Who won?
Who cares if he rocks him?
Yeah, who cares? Like that. If you rock him in one round, see, this is how
you heard him several times.
I didn't know
he landed more.
I didn't know rocking a guy.
He landed more punches,
you win
bro.
the whole fight. I didn't know that. I thought boxing was scored off of.
You need to work on your trolling, bro.
Rounds. I didn't know you win a round.
Carlos,
just because you rock a guy.
Because he
got
his
weird. You know what I'm saying?
Sobers need to work on your trolling, bro.
Jack shit about boxing, man. He's a pea brain. He knows jack shit.
I thought his name wasn't Carlos. Now he's answering to me. Is it Sobers?
Can you give me Frank? Can you give me a valid fucking point to why Hitch
I gave you several.
Oh, go on, because clinching and running ain't fucking one.
That's how he won.
I just fucking proved why.
That's how Hitchins won.
Yeah, he won by running and clinching. So what? Like, the ref don't got a fucking problem with it. I didn't know moving around the ring was illegal.
That's how he won, bro. Okay.
Yeah, because you score emotionally.
That is
man.
how he won, bro. Okay, so yeah, we agree with that. So I mean, what? So then what?
Then y'all are bitching, man. Y'all do this every fucking fight. Yeah, y'all cry. That the guy y'all didn't want to win, he won, and y'all just bitch and cry, and y'all try to fucking make your own rules and say, oh, a guy can't run, a guy can't clinch.
That's what's up, Carlos.
It's feminine, bro. It's fucking feminine. Every fucking stream, y'all do this.
Attitude's kind of feminine, bro. You like to argue with everybody like a single black mom.
It's called debate.
Your kid.
Yeah, this guy's mad he can't debate. Yeah, you're mad you don't have the mental capacity.
Go do your nails. Take care of your nails.
You can't debate. You're not smart enough to debate. You're not quick enough to debate, bro.
Salute, I am your leader. Salute, Chitlin. So you didn't even score the fight, though. That's the difference. So how you gonna tell us what we see?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I did score the fight, but I didn't have a fucking pen and paper with me to know what exact rounds he fucking won.
You're not
I'm not what? I mean, you can score a fight and not remember who exactly won each fucking round.
That's not true.
Yeah,
you scored it in your head. You don't have the mental capacity to keep it in your head and tell us.
Really, I don't think most people are gonna fucking remember the exact round each guy fucking.
It's only 12 rounds,
especially in a fucking fight. I didn't give two shits about.
But you're on here arguing. You didn't give two shits, but you're on here arguing. Like,
yeah,
what are you
y'all
trying
don't know
to say?
what the fuck y'all are seeing, man.
Hey, is your last name Cheatham? Are you related to Tim Cheatham?
Light comes on a combat low.
Carlos, did you go to the BLM rallies?
I think it's better off. I think majority of the time it's better off having the same opinion as a fucking judge. Guys who've been watching boxing for all their life, except for Never Sober's.
What do you mean? They don't need. They
he knows jack shit about boxing.
That would be argument. You'd have a solid argument if they all agreed. But that's why it's called judging. Hello, subjectivity, right? You see how you see it.
Yeah, but there's a point. There's a point when subjectivity almost becomes objectivity when everybody holds a similar opinion.
But they don't. That's the thing. They disagree.
No, because I've been on Twitter polls, and a lot of people, again, hundreds of people of many different races, right? Not just Mexicans, who are going to be biased.
This is his whole thing, bro. The judges gave it to him, and then he said,
"But it's not only that.
I don't know what rounds he won, but I'm pretty sure he won more."
It's not only that, though.
That's your whole thing. And then you said, and then you admitted he won by holding and running.
I didn't say he won by holding. I said he won by clean, effective punches. Y'all said he lost because he ran and held. Like, that's against the fucking rules. No, it's not.
It is. Clinching is illegal.
Then why didn't the ref do anything?
Because he was, clearly biased. They were going
then what now? I mean, if the ref didn't have a problem with it, then he let it fucking go.
A problem. It's
and
like if you see holding in football.
Now, if the ref
deducted
a point,
you know what's funny?
Issue,
Frank? He came on here with a different voice. And now the more he talks, the more nasally he's getting, and the real voice is coming out.
The reality is
your real nasally voice is coming out, Carlos. You can't hide it anymore.
The reality is, y'all thought he ran, but he used lateral movement.
Between who's talking right now?
He used it to negate.
All I'm doing is pitching my nose. Do I sound more like him? Do I sound more like him now? Do I sound like Carlos? Hey, look, guys.
No,
whatever you're saying, whatever you're saying, I'm gonna say the opposite of it, and that's my take.
And y'all do this every fucking
that's my
fight.
take.
Every time your guy loses, y'all make up these stupid.
I don't fucking know Lemos. That's not our fucking guy. That's a random Argentinian, you dumbass.
Yeah, he was your guy.
None of us seen Lemos fight. None of us had seen Lemos fight before. Look at you making
but y'all are mad because y'all don't like Hitch.
Look at you making assumptions.
See how mad he gets.
Silly you look right now, bro. Look how silly
you look right now. See how mad
he
gets, bro. See how mad he gets. Yeah, I get it.
Is this Danny from the Boxing Voice? No, this is Carlos.
Really? So you know my name?
What part of Texas you from,
give
bro?
me my address and all that, man. Since you know me so well.
What part of Texas you from,
bro? Did you IP hack me or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You want me to expose your that grape case that you had as a kid that you're a victim
what
of?
the fuck?
Huh? You want to tell him
that? No, that never happened.
You want me to tell him what your uncle did to you? You want me to tell him that part too? I can pull out those papers too, bitch.
Okay, yeah, sure, buddy. Anyways, all of this because you can't accept.
Yeah, change the subject.
Dude, you had Haney losing to Loma. I heard you before. You said Loma won, but they gave it to Haney. But you want to tell us that the judges got it right, so they always get it right?
Is that what you're trying to say?
That's not what I said. It's not what I said. I just said...
No, but you're trying to say the judges agree with me, so your whole argument is always going to be when your guy got it right.
You don't listen.
The judges got it right.
Yeah, you need to clean your ears because I didn't.
No, you're making an argument. No, you're making an argument. No, you're making an argument.
First of all, I never said that. I said
you never said what?
Of the time. If you hear me clearly, I said most of the time.
Most of the time, what?
That I would like to have the same opinion as guys who've been judging boxing for fucking decades rather than never sobers, who's a pea-brain and knows jack shit about boxing. I never said they're right all the fucking time. I said most of the time. But your dumbass over here doesn't fucking listen to what I fucking say because you're a dumb fat beaner. Oh,
okay.
shit.
And what are you? What's your... You know, if you want to come in here and say your racial tirades, you know what I'm saying? I don't condone hate speech. You're going to have to watch the words. You can say things in a certain way. You know what I mean? But don't come in here and say that if you're not going to say what you are. You know what I mean?
And what are you going to do? What are you going to do, pal?
I'm just going to boot you. That's all. I'm just going to boot you. I'm just going to boot you.
Shits, bro. Boot me, you dumb faggot. You fucking wetback fucking beaner. Boot me. I don't give a shit.
All right. Your wish is my command. So that's what happens, man, when you have the weirdos and hateful people. You know, that's just hate, bro. That's just hate. You know, I allow everybody on here. I mean, I guess I got my number one hater, Edward, it's not anti anything. It's free smoke. Anybody's welcome. If I was anti anything, I would never allow anybody that is not my race or skin color up. Come on, man. What are we talking about? He was talking reckless. If he wants to talk boxing, he can talk boxing. I don't have a problem with it. But he wants to say, racial slurs or whatever, it's fine. Go ahead. But it is what it is, man. Nah. You know, man, I allow everybody. You want to talk boxing, you want to talk boxing. But he wanted to say, basically, his whole argument was the judges said that Hitchinson won, so that means he won. But when I heard him before, he said that Loma beat Haney, right? So which one is it? The judges are always right, or that's what he wants to hold his hat on. Then they always have to be right, and you always have to agree with them. So if you want to say this fight that the judges got it right because they're judges, then that has to be, for you to be consistent and for it to be true, it has to be true in every case. That's called basic simple logic. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't come on here and say the judges are right in one instance, but then they get it wrong here. He said most of the time. But no, your argument is they got it right, so that makes you right. But that's just not true. Look, man, whatever. If you had it close, I could see it. If you said Lemos got robbed, I could see it. I thought Lemos fought a great, excellent fight. He probably should have been the winner. Most people agreed. Most people, if you like it or don't like it, they don't want to see the excessive jabbing and grabbing. They don't. Most people want to see a good fight. And the only reason it was a good fight was because Gustavo Lemos, a smaller guy, a 5'5" guy, fighting a 5'9" guy with fucking long-ass reach, made it a good fight. And people see the ass style, right? We call it the slick style, the ass style. And for the most part, you got your Sandor Martins, you got your Jermaine Ortizes that stink the joint out. You know what? These guys are all pretty good fighters. And Julio Cesar Chavez could have jabbed and grabbed. He was an excellent boxer, but he chose to mix it up, And guys got like Gustavo Lemos, they come to fight. To me, you know what? Los is an idiot, right? Because he wants to call us and say we're being subjective, but that's why they have three judges, because it's subjective. Some people are going to like ass style, running, jabbing, and grabbing, and some people are going to prefer they come forward and make it a fight style. Some people, like I said, will see a pit bull, they'll see a Lemos, they'll see a Marcos Maidana, and they'll say, oh, he's just brawling, he's just flat-footed, he's just coming forward throwing punches. That's what I'm saying, right? I prefer that style. I want to see somebody get to a fight. But salute Larry Liston, salute I Am Your Leader. Drop the link, like, comment, subscribe. We got to get the likes up, homies. If you want to say your take, if you want to be an idiot like Los, it's all love, everybody's welcome. Say your piece, man. For me,
The reason I wasn't even gonna do it live, but I seen there was a lot going on. It was controversial, which is good for boxing. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what some of the chat said. What did you guys think of Diego Pacheco? I thought he did decently, but he needs to fight at Berlanga to really prove how good he is. Yeah, you know what? It was an implementation of the ASFAL, Larry. That guy, McCallum, didn't come to fight. He got tired. He wasn't a true professional, and he just made it dirty, rabbit punching and everything like that. It was an ugly fight. But for Diego, yeah, you got to impress, man. People don't want to hear excuses. That's just the reality. I got Pacheco beating up Berlanga. Yeah, I heard Berlanga. I seen Berlanga on social media call him out and say that Pacheco's whack. I think Pacheco was in a tough fight. He was in a tougher fight than he needed to be. But that's how you learn, man. He's still a young fighter. I think he's barely. I don't even know if he's 21 yet. Ghost Lonzo. Okay. El Pachuco. Lemos got tired in the fight, but he was never hurt. Hitchins on the underhand was holding like a plant. Yes, El Pachuco. That's what everybody's seen. And this idiot Los or Port or whatever he wants to troll with gets on and says that we didn't see that. And that's what I have with these sweet science guys. He says that was effective. It was effective. So the running is effective. But no, you're refusing to engage. You know who should get the rounds is the guy trying to make a fight. Look, man, people come to see a fight. I don't give a fuck what you say. But so if Lemos did with Hitchinson and you got one guy running this way and the other guy running that way, like somebody has to make it a fight. And to me, that's what you do. When you're scoring a fight, you say you give criteria, right? So you go, okay, maybe he's missing, but the other guy's running. So this guy's trying to make the fight and he's landing. So I'm going to give him the round. You don't give the round to the guy running because he's trying to make it not a fight. Like people paid money, whether you like it or not, people paid money. They spend their time, they buy drinks, they go to the fights, they pay the subscription. You know why? Because they want to see two guys fight. So why would you give it to the guy running? He's not trying to fight. That's what always blows my mind. They call that the sweet science. I call that bullshit. You know, you get guys like Los to say that's the sweet science. You got these fraudulent supposed coaches, Eddie's telling me that that's boxing. No, that's bitch shit. It's like stinking the joint out, right? You won't tune in to watch a fight. I don't know about you, but I do. Yeah, well, you never hopped on either. I don't know, man. Your act is getting tired. You know who you are. Good that you put the light on this issue, Frank. Yeah, man, I wasn't going to, but it was a good fight. And it was a good fight. But it was only a good fight because Gustavo Lemos made it a good fight. And they're talking about a 5'5" guy, 135 pounder, never been out of the country. Think about that. This guy Hitchinson, he's supposed to be a decorated amateur. They're saying he's top of the line fighter, and he struggles with this guy. Like, bro, you can't tell me that you're a great fighter and you're struggling with this guy who's never even been out of his country. But again, it was the zone show. Hitchinson is the house fighter, so he got the nod. Pacheco's not ready for Berlanga. Whoa, pounds. Whoa. A lot of people would say otherwise, but I see what you're saying. You know, hey, Diego, after that performance, I don't know, man. I mean, Berlanga could sleep him. Berlanga's a big, strong guy. Like, he's not trash. People think he's trash, but he's not trash. Am I saying he's a world beater? No, but he's not trash. Okay. Berlanga beat. Whoa, pounds. You're just bad. How many drinks you had today? Nah, it's all good, man. I could see that happening. I like Pacheco. I think he's the goods. But after last night, you know, maybe he's not ready. Is that what we're saying? That he's not ready for the elite? I think it's safe to say. You know, they held Jaime Munguia for years. You know, we knew Jaime was in fighting elite fighters. I know Oscar says he tried to make the fight. But Jaime's going from C-ball to the major leagues, you know, against Canelo. So maybe would have liked to see Hyman do more, but it is what it is. But Berlanga, same thing, man. He's been playing minor league ball. Is he ready for the big leagues? But Pacheco Berlanga, nevertheless, is a banger. I don't know. For my money, it is. Maybe he needs 1 to 2 fights, but I heard his trainer, they said they want Berlanga or something like that next. Maybe Pacheco should fight Bazinian or someone like that. I don't know about those fights, man. I think they need to go back to the drawing board. That wasn't a good look. Those guys, you may not think they're world class or they're elite, but they're definitely good and they could definitely have a good chance of beating Pacheco. So, you know, excessive holding is illegal. Yeah, this guy said it wasn't illegal. And they use bad faith arguments. He says, well, he didn't get a point taken. The ref didn't say anything. So he's trying to say it's still not illegal. Look, man, whether you speed or you jaywalk, you know, just because you get a ticket doesn't mean it's wrong. You know, just because you don't get caught, it doesn't mean it's wrong. It's not wrong. I don't know. People like that are very twisted. And Lowe sounds like a very twisted individual. And he thinks like that. Probably he does some sick shit. And he thinks, well, as long as I don't get caught, it's not wrong. So that's what you're dealing with there, man. You just kind of got to walk away from those people because they're sick in the head. They don't live in reality. On the bicycle, they call it boxing or running. They call it the sweet science. Yeah, El Pachuco. Imagine paying money to see a Nyko Stevenson fighter. Exactly, man. People, whether you like it or not, you know, people pay money. They spend their Friday night, Saturday night to watch people fight. They want to see two guys step in the ring and engage. They don't want to see, imagine that. Imagine one guy running and one guy running the other way. Like, no, you make a fight. No, you make a fight. You hit me. No, you hit me. When I watched De Los Santos and Shakira, that's what it looked like. It looked like the two guys, you know, when you were at school and they would both be shoulder to shoulder and they're like, you hit me. No, you hit me. It's like, I've seen guys do that for like half an hour. They literally stood shoulder to shoulder and told the other guy, hey, you hit me. You hit me. You know what I mean? What I was taught when out in school or on the street is never let anybody get within 3 feet of you. You know what I mean? If a guy gets in your shoulder, like you need to hit him because it's a threat. You know, you should never let anybody, I think it's 6 inches in your space. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in line and somebody steps behind me, I turn around and I'm like, bro, why are you nuts and butt? Like, back up. You know, each man has his personal space. And when another man comes in your personal space, you know, your first reaction is to hit his ass, right? Because it's like, why are you up and, you know, I can smell your breath, homie, back the fuck up, right? So when I see fighters like looking at each other like, you hit me, no, you hit me, to me, that tells me they should lose the fight. You know what I mean? That's not boxing. Towns got a point. Yeah, he has a point, leader. You know, I mean, look, man, and that's the thing about boxing is like, it is fight to fight. Yeah, we were high on Pacheco, and after last night, now we're saying Berlanga beats him. I mean, that's just boxing, right? Like now we're saying Hitchins is a hype job. But that's boxing, man. You know, you're only as good as your last fight. He needs more time, Sergeant. Yeah, he probably does. And that's okay, man. He's not even 20, bro. But this is boxing, man. You know, when you're on my TV, you need to impress. That's just plain simple. When I watch TV and I see a guy on my TV, you need to impress. Like there was that guy, Mark Castro last night against Montoya. Awful fight. And they're saying that he's supposed to be an elite fighter. And I'm like, man, I don't want to see this guy on TV unless he's getting in a good fight because he kind of looked awful. But Castro was in against the guy, Montoya, who he should have knocked out. If you're elite, you need to wipe guys like, you know, that you're supposed to beat off the map. That's just plain and simple, you know? Now, when you fight another elite guy, then yeah, it's going to be back and forth. But if you're coming up in the game, then you should be knocking guys lesser tier out. That's just what we want to see. Is it right? I'm not saying it's right, but that's just what we want to see. You're on TV, bro. When you make it to TV, you know, that's your time to shine. You need to get the fans excited. Pacheco's still young and needs to leave Benavidez Sr. I've seen a lot of that, man. A lot of people, but you know what? Salute to Benavidez Sr. for finding Pacheco. You know, I don't know if he was a decorated amateur, but you know, he's a diamond in the rough. That dude was dirty as fuck. Who was dirty? Hitchins? Yes, he was. Look, man, I call myself a boxing channel. It's up to you guys. The fans decide. There's just one hater. To me, if you say that as being a hater, but that guy talks shit about the chat. He says you guys don't know boxing either. So to me, I take that offensive because I know guys like Larry, Pounds, Sergeant, know boxing. That's why we're here. You know, I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, you know, share, hop on the panel. If nobody hops on, I'll probably be wrapping it up, maybe another 5 minutes. So let me know if you guys want to keep going. Not much going on. It's actually going to be a slow week, right? Slow 2 weeks. I think we got Big Baby Anderson fighting. I'm trying to catch up to the chat. I think Pacheco would do well with Robert Garcia or Zepeda. Yeah. I don't know, man. But he's loyal. It's probably not going to happen. If he gets knocked out, maybe. But look, man, Pacheco's good. Like just because he didn't look great, he's still a good fighter. He was trying to make it a fight. Let's not take anything away from him. The guy was dirty, was holding for dear life. So let's give him some credit. Solo Dolo, salute, man. This is Go for Smoke show you can get on. Exactly, brother. Look, man, I got no hard feelings. I'm not gonna exclude anyone, even if I say critical content. You know, I got nothing against nobody, but I hear other channels, you know, they say Wakanda. So, you know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You know what I mean? And I let people say what they want to say, but I don't promote hate speech. If you're being a hater, saying hate speech, then you gotta go. And that guy was just obviously a hater, Los or snot nose, whatever he goes by. Carlos is exactly, man. There's always gonna be those ones, but you know what? They're human and they got a voice too. So, you know, respect. Not to that guy. I thought Pacheco did okay. The opponent was dirty. I would like to see him with a different trainer. But a lot of people are saying that. Maybe he thinks about it. But yeah, that guy was dirty. You know, he could come back and, you know, he'll probably fight 2 more times this year and look spectacular. So we'll have to see, fellas. He's 23. Yes, Pacheco is very young. He has a bright future. Last night wasn't his best work. You know, and let's be real too, you know. Not every day, you know, if I do a show, I wasn't feeling this show. I just wanted to talk about it. But you guys picked me up. You know, we had sobers.
Hey, is Carlos still here, bro?
Nah, fool, I booted that fool. He started saying some racist shit.
Look, check it out, bro. Look, bro. Let me share my screen, fool.
Oh, how do I'm a plead ignorant, dude. I don't know how to do that. You share it, or how do I do that?
I'm just take off the thing.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna get flagged for this, am I?
Nah.
Okay. How'd you do that? You just tell me offline.
I'm on my laptop right now. I told you I can't use StreamYard on my phone. My shit overheats.
Full screen layout?
Mic cuts out. You know what I mean? Like right now I'm on my laptop. That's why there's no problem with audio, right?
Okay, how do I present this?
Just take off the background.
I feel stupid now.
And add it to the yeah, first off, take off the overlay.
Oh, okay. Take off the overlay. Oh, okay. Let me click.
Comment. Yeah. No, you can leave that comment there. It's fine. Look, Carlos.
Hurry up, Carlos.
What the hell is this?
Carlos.
No, is that really him?
Come on, Carlos.
You try to be a gangster. You can't even hop this little fence. Hurry the fuck up.
Is there no sound?
Can you hear it?
Nah, I can't hear it. Can you? Oh, okay. Okay, now I can hear it.
Hurry the fuck up.
Now we can hear it.
Just jump off. No, mom. Well, I swear you took like 30 seconds to just fucking hop over his little ass friend.
Okay, let's hear it.
Hurry up, Carlos. Mete por el culo. Carlos, hurry up! Fuck you up. You try to be a gangster, you can't even hop this little fence. Se me está atorando la piel, güey. Hurry the fuck up. You're taking too long. Ya te vienen cogiendo.
Carlos.
Well, hurry the fuck up. Just jump off. No, mom. Well, I swear you took like 30 seconds to just fucking hop over his little ass fence.
Carlos.
What the fuck are you doing? Stop going back up. What do you mean this shit? Just jump off.
Just jump off, Carlos. Come on, bro.
Bitch.
Stop being a little bitch.
Carlos.
You're faded. You're faded,
Carlos.
You gotta make me fall.
Carlos. Hurry the fuck up. You already took a minute.
The Carlos offense sitter, bro. That's where we're gonna come from now on.
I don't wanna eat shit. You're a little bitch. I'm scared. Hurry the fuck up.
You're a little bitch.
Just jump. You're a little bitch.
It's because my pants are gonna get stuck.
No, they're not.
Oh, hell no. I'm still about to eat it.
Hey, fuck.
Carlos.
What am I doing?
Shit, fool. I come on back, fool. I come on back. I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna fuck you up.
Hey, bro. There goes Carlos's villain origin story.
Man, that was sad, dude. Damn.
That's why he comes on. That's why he jumps on panels acting like that, bro. Cause that video.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've heard him other places. He just sounds hella stupid. Like, no joke, man. He sounds like a hater, like stupid.
No, he's just a contrarian, bro, and he thinks he's smart enough that he can argue from a point that's just wrong. You know, and then he's
I mean,
like a dickhead.
I heard your homie Turo and you know me and him have beef, but when I spoke to him, it sounded like he actually had a little bit of sense, you know, like he was willing to like have some sense. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna go at this fool 1,000%. So I just let it slide. But that fool, he sounds ignorant, man. He sounds like a hater. You have run-ins with him before?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
This fool's been on my nuts for a minute, fool.
Yeah, this YTVC is a small world, huh?
Yeah.
Damn. So, what else?
That's why he tried to act stupid, bro, when I started talking shit to him at first. But then when he got mad, he was like, "This is why Never Sobers doesn't know shit about boxing." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
My name's on Never Sobers on here. How do you know my name, bro? Like, you know what I mean? How do you know my other little name?
He knows, man. He follows around.
How you know my voice?
Because people, when he came on, people automatically knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? That's what's his face.
His voice changed more and more back to the nasally ass shit that he usually has.
It is, man. It's actually getting worse. It's like almost like he enjoys it. Like he licks his boogers, you know?
Up. Like his shit was swelling up the more angry he got.
Like he gets more juice as more boogers flow, and he starts licking it, and it's like, he gets more hype. You know those type, fool?
Right.
Damn, fool. So it's gonna be a slow week, huh? I'm probably not gonna be back on till. Are you gonna cover Big Baby? Are you gonna be covering that?
I can't go live right now, bro.
No, but just so people they could watch it with you if you want to.
Yeah. You know, we active on my Discord, so if y'all want to join my Discord, go to my channel and there's a link on the community tab right now.
It's because Big Baby's next week, right? Baby Anderson.
Honestly, I might not watch that fucking new fight. I might not give. You know what I mean? I don't care.
I mean, it's boxing. You know, is there a UFC card that weekend?
Maybe there's a big card coming up to 300.
Okay, because the next fight is Ryan and Haney, and I don't. It just gets slow and boring sometimes. Like even this fight, I was kind of like whatever, but after seeing the controversy, I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna talk about it, you know, just because it was that dude was being such a bitch. But are you gonna be back on by Haney Garcia, or is it a while?
I should be straight by May.
No, Haney Garcia's in 2 weeks.
Oh, I should be straight by then. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start wrapping it up, homie. I think we've been on for a few hours. Anything else? Just David. We did the David thing.
No,
yeah. I think we'll call it a day. Thanks for hopping on, man. I'm gonna just wrap it up. And fuck with Sobers, man. Fuck with Sobers. He's on what do you call that? Free Sobers. Fuck with his channel. He's got a Discord. A lot of good boxing talk. You know, all the real ones. You know, the same old Canelo Benavidez shit. You know, same old. We'll get to that. We'll probably have a big week for Haney Garcia. Big Baby's fighting next week. If it's a decent fight, I might cover it. I don't know. You guys let me know if you guys want to talk boxing. But I just don't like to get on here and regurgitate Canelo and Canelo news. And, you know, if there's newsworthy, I guess David's going to fight. But it like last week was great. We had Tim Tszyu, Fedora. It looks like Fedora's going to be out a while. Tim Tszyu, we don't know what's going to happen. I heard Bud Crawford might fight a guy named Madrimov. Shit, man. But right now there's just like one fight. It's kind of hard to do shows and talk boxing with one damn fight. You know, but I appreciate everybody coming through. Good, solid, good talk. Solid couple hours talking boxing. Really appreciate it. Even my haters, salute. You know, Quentin a real one, Ghost a real one, Larry a real one. Just want to give a shout out to everybody, man. Really appreciate it. El Pachuco, Chitlin Distributor, Pounds, Sergeant, I Am Your Leader, You know, I don't know if he's a coach. It was supporting. Everybody here, man, always support, man. So leave some comments, man. Who you thought won the fight? Hopefully, Lemos gets a big fight. And that's the thing about robberies, man. Is if Lemos would have won, he becomes a contender, gets a title shot. So there is money on the line. Things really do matter out here. But yeah, man. Let's get ready for. I know maybe you guys don't like it, but I'm excited for Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. I just think it's gonna be chaos, and I'm here for it. So we'll be doing some shit for that. And yeah, man, let's root for. Hopefully we get the Canelo Munguia's a banger. That's a banger. So it's gonna be action packed. We're gonna get to it. But thank you for supporting, and we about to be about this BZ. Anyway, thank you for dropping by. Frank Bay, like, comment, subscribe, salute, pounds, and yeah, man, we out.
That's like a Raptor 700, bro. Is it fast?
A Raptor 700? Dude, that's sissy stuff. This is a Polaris 350, bro. Dude, this thing is hotter than a $5 pizza. Dude, I fit all kind of women on this thing. If she ain't 280, she ain't a lady. If she ain't 310, she ain't a win. And if she got a double chin, give her to a friend. Dude, I be always riding, dude. Ain't no telling what I'm gonna get into. I don't even know how to live life without being successful.
You know what I love? Oh my god. Sorry. I just love a good roast beef sandwich. You know what I love? Oh my god. Sorry. I just love a good roast beef sandwich. You know what I love? Oh my god.
Oh, excuse me. It was my keys. Yes.
There's the left right. Romero in trouble along the ropes. For the second time in the fight, Romero barely standing. There's a left hand by Cruz. Romero retreating, eats another left and right. Esau Cruz teeing off on Rolly Romero.
If a girl says you have nice hands, it's probably because she wants you to choke her. If a girl says you have nice hands...
I just took a fat shit on a small toilet, and I wanted to remind you that you can do hard things. I just took a fat shit on a...
Pioneer chicken. Hey, it's Pioneer chicken. Hey, it's Pioneer chicken. Pioneer chicken. Hey, it's...
If this is on your For You page, and you're probably really into 24-year-old redheaded hot Latinas who give really good. If this is on your...
What are you talking about? Huh?
What you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment,